the Jeekly 100, y'all. Let's get to it. And the new playlist is ready too. Oh, that's so sick. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited about the new playlist. I'm gonna see how that affects me as a TO. Real quick shout out to Danknan for that direct contribution to the prize pool, homie. We're up to $418 here at the Jeekly 100, bro. If you're playing for the money, you better lock in. Shouts to Noobhat, one of our first time Jeekly Academy graduates way back in the day, coming out in the Jeekly 100, been grinding ever since. Nice job here getting that counter hit. Kwan trying to stay alive, spends that burst, pushes you back, but a good jab there and a confirm from Noobhat. Gonna close out this round.
Okay, recognition, use that 5P, burn it properly, get the right hit. Now start brings out the overhead as well. Kwan not quite ready, but I mean, like, one of the things where it's like, how often do you actually get to play the actual mirror? You know, that lets you like seek it out, and this is a character that I felt like was showing up a lot more, you know, with these changes and stuff here. He's been ranked pretty often too, but it's hard to always say he's gonna be a popular character, but game popular here so far. Kwan finding much better start in this round 2 so far. Noobhat stuck in this corner here, but fighting out with the best of their abilities, brings it back to this corner again. Under managed to back it out one more time. OTG into the throw. Pretty clean first game from Noobhat there. Kwan kind of felt a little bit more, you know, alive there. You know, it is the first match, you know, it's only game 1. They got warm up a little bit here. I see Kwan also has the streak arrow next to the name, so they definitely were cooking before they pulled up to this room, but we'll have to see if they can figure out what they need to do to fight back in this Axel mirror as we get into game 2.
Yeah, Noobhat not afraid to play against those zoners. And that's one of the cool things about watching people play the mirror, right? If you're playing a character against a character that you have trouble with, you're like, oh, how do I deal with this Axel low, bro? It's fun watching them play against themselves, seeing, okay, well, if I think this is broken, how do you deal with it, sort of stuff. So, Noobhat showing you right now in the corner. Kwan taking her turn back. Actually, it looks like it was a counter hit. Noobhat trying to press on those minus frames. Kwan going to do a good anti-air follow-up after. Trying to get in here. Noobhat with that throw punish. Red RC trying to get as much damage as we can. Kwan going to spin that blue burst.
Yeah, wants the space, wants to be able to keep himself in this first round again. Tries to put it out there with the 6K, but going to get clipped out by that. I guess I still want to call it a command grab, but now, of course, it's on that low strike guard crush move here. PRC to cancel out the jump in here. Makes their way over. Oh my god, the resets into the JH is one of those annoying things that Axel will run. I guess it's kind of good to see Axel also struggling with his own BS here, but so far both these players, it's a lot of kind of singular pokes here, but a great reward again. He gets so much off of 5P. This character definitely no slouch in this version.
Keeping you back with that far slash. Oh, I like that. Okay, the PRC. You can tell that was a late hit confirm, but a hit confirm nonetheless. Going to finish it off with the throw. Good stuff right there to even up those rounds. Kwan starting off strong here. Is going to have that burst advantage. Not afraid to spend it early. Trying to get some good hits in. Noobhat with our back to the wall. Nice. Oh, actually not any longer, but it's because of that hit grab.
There we go. The spin follow up there. Noobhat slowly work Kwan back to this corner now again. Segger to the throw, going to RC. Baits out the burst early. Drops it to the 2K. Try to see if they can bait it out one more time again. Kwan was looking so good, but we definitely were not pressing here. Optimal punish. Remember, the punish on that super used to be so awkward, and how you had to work around to actually punish it. They kind of like equalize the recovery where it's, you know, you just have to block out both parts. You should be able to get that meaty button. So good stuff, Noobhat here. Do what they need to do. Not overextending too much when their opponent has the meter here. And Kwan looking a little bit more alive, like you said, in this game too, but just not quite able to find the upper hand on Noobhat so far. We'll see if we can get that reverse sweep here. A reverse sweep, a game 5 and an Axel mirror would definitely be a first for me to see.
We'll see, man. We'll take it to a 20-minute first match, maybe. It's going to be Noobhat trying to fish here for some of these 5Ds, man. We're swinging here in the air with some of these big normals. Kwan gonna get that Winter Mantis Oki here. Got your back to the wall. Burst on each side as well. Actually, a splat. Didn't expect that one, but Kwan was building up that wall damage, I suppose.
Good TP conversion off the RC. Sound going here. Kwan looking so good. Started this game 3 as well. Pulling Noobhat to this corner. Oh, 2K. I love that delay out so often. You're looking for a 2K 2D into a special cancel there, just stopping it early, sneaking that quick little throw in. But you got to be able to represent until your opponent shows that they are kind of maybe a little fuzzy jump happy. But Noobhat fighting out correctly here again. Another Winter Manas trying to clip their way in, trying to catch their opponent sleeping, but both these players ready for the Axel shenanigans. Keeps a plus there with that falling JD. Let's Tornado do the work for you, holding him in this corner. Noobhat tries to burst it out, but not able to connect it here again. Absolute disaster. Gonna get a super wall break. It just hit with the second hit, so doesn't get the full damage here. It still gets the hard knockdown.
Okay, could be good enough. Oh, the clash on those 5Ps. Kwan acting first with that 2H. Let me finish you off with this snail. Great stuff, Kwan. Getting our first game here on the board. Ganyon, maybe you manifested it, bro. We'll see.
Give me a 20-minute first set, man. This is no better way to start number 100, you know? So.
Everybody looking for Robo-Kais, I'm giving you an Axel mirror.
No, good stuff to Quad here. Just kind of found a way just to slow it down, and it seems very much right. It's about, like, are you setting the pace? Are you the Axel who is, quote-unquote, allowed to press their buttons, as opposed to you being more of the reactionary, trying to maybe, you know, beat out or space out some of these options with, of course, those special moves. Snail being able to, you know, get a good anti-air. Winter Mantis try to crush out some of these low hitting buttons again, but Noobhat not deterred right now, walking Kwan to this corner, but a wake up throw. Kwan was feeling the pressure and ripped on the throw a little bit earlier again. Wall's pretty close against Southdown, but gets the falling JP as well. Trying to fight out Kwan, trying their best to keep the momentum going again, but walks into the 2H again, the PRC to keep the combo going. Big damage despite missing that OTG with the close slash. Noobhat has to burst off here.
Nice stuff. Trying to piggyback up with that rainwater. Full screen. Oh, we're just holding up, bro. maybe that's like an Axel bro thing right there. Just like, hey, if I hold up, you hold up. Like when Slayer's clash cancel. Kwan gonna be able to finish off that first round. It was a close one though.
Absolutely. We have Noobhat setting the pace already here in round 2. Find the first hit, another throw. Lays it out there with that JH, but a good 5K here, Kwan. Take a look at Noobhat back on the defense right now, and I feel like, yeah, so much of this is like, are you the Axel who gets to press first, or are you the Axel who has to respond accordingly to their stuff? And I think you nailed it perfectly, Jeek. Like, seeing a mirror and understanding exactly what their characters kind of have to do in some of these spots when you look at these normals. Definitely seeing a lot of specific things here. But of course, Axel, a very odd character. And there's the dead zone with the JS, unable to actually connect. Noobhat has to spend the burst here, and Kwan is going to take it. I speak it, and Kwan delivers. We are going to get game 5 in our opening set of the Axel mirror. You love to see it.
Woo. Okay. All right, Ganyon actually did just just bring it to life here. And honestly, Kwan turning up, man. I mean, we could tell from game 2, right? Noobhat with a very strong start there. Kwan starting to get our bearings found. And has been pulling up, getting stronger with every passing game, gotta say. Trying to get you out here with this full screen pressure. Kwan scooping you up. I like how we're trying to hold up, man. We're trying to get right from some of those 2Hs, potentially. Noobhat going to spin that burst first.
Fight out here, Kwan looking like a different beast as we're going further and further in this set. Just had to warm up a little bit. It looks like they're looking so comfortable and playing both sides of it. Like, essentially, like Axel, of course, we all know, is a character who tries to hold you out with these constant button presses, and it's kind of up to you to respond, make the right read, and do the jump in here. But you know, right now, Kwan is looking so comfortable on both sides of the offense and defense, and is now 1 round away from making my reverse sweep call out here. Let's see if Noobhat can take us to a final game, final round right now. Definitely to get there. Burst being spent already.
Okay. Nice job, fuzzy blocking. Staying alive after that low. I'm a Noobhat fan if I can show my bias, so I know who I'm rooting for. Gonna burst you back, trying to catch you with that Mantis. Kwan with a good air dash forward. Nice counter hit there on the 6H. The red RC after is going to put you in the wall. One more straight hit could be all we need here. Trying to get it out. It's going to be the back throw from Noobhat to try to slow things down. Meaty low is the pickup, but going to have to be right one more time here. No meter in the pocket.
No meter indeed, and Kwan took advantage of that. Didn't quite get the benefit of the positive bonus, and Kwan gets the reverse sweep to take a 3-2 over Noobhat. How these battle of mid-range characters kind of shake this as we go. I put my money on Ram if I had to be a betting man, but these are two top-level players at their character. We'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I think Kaneda on most good days is getting up into that top 8. But if anyone's going to be upsetting good players around here, it's going to be Mouqui. So we'll see. Gonna go ahead. I mean, strong start to this in already. With only 2 stamina spent, was able to build up that 50. Has a Tyrant Barrel in the pocket. Mouqui having to spend that meter to FD you back. Lost about half of it there. Unfortunate stuff. Was ready with the 6P. Didn't get the confirm after with that Rekka. So Kaneda with a counter hit 2S. Going to end this one out with one more Tyrant Barrel. Bro, the meter economy for Kaneda was crazy. We kept getting dividends from that first stamina spend.
Yeah. Kaneda just absolutely off to the races right now. Mouqui barely have been able to play. They got the 6P to connect, but no real big reward. Frame trapping with the 5H, recognizing, getting that wall stick, been able to cancel into the Ride Lightning, breaking the wall. Good chunk of damage here, Mouqui. Now it's up to work from it again. Burst meter about to be spent here. It has to be done there. Blinking health bars would be quite a comeback right now, but there's a character who can do it. Could definitely be Ramlethal. Just not be able to find what we're looking for right now. Playing a lot that max screen range right now. Both swords being spent. Now it's pressure after this here again. Let's play defense now. Kaneda getting the fast RC up again, but the YRC actually breaking the momentum here. Baiting out that DP again. Goes for an early burst bait as well, but Kaneda not willing to bite.
Yeah, doing some great defense here. Was able to 6P through that H sword. Able to keep you back after that tech throw. And then finishing off the round. Only needed that one last hit to do it. Great stuff right there. Mouqui trying to show what they had, but Kaneda already dealing that damage. Already had that advantage. And that early burst bait too, huh? I mean, you did keep your pressure after. But Kaneda not taking the bait there. We're going to see how that affects the future interactions there. See if Mouqui keeps trying to be that burst baiter or not. Real quick shout outs to Mika Chan. Thank you for that direct contribution, homie. $1.69. I see you. I see what you're doing. Here we go. Game 2.
Only the dankest memers pull up the Jeekly. We appreciate it. But here we go, Mouqui. Redeeming themselves after that first game there. It was pretty much the Kaneda show. Quite a few 6Ps finding their way in. Right now, Mouqui had to play a little more defense again. Oh, but good dash block. And actually able to catch Kaneda here with a back throw. Now, at least you want to be against Ramlethal here. And 6Ps are definitely finding some connection, but the reward not looking the best here for Mouqui so far. RC to keep the pressure going here again. Catches that back dash with that far slash. Now Kaneda, you tech to this corner. Not a ton of meter to work with, at least on the side of Mouqui. Maybe I want access to one more Tobato, so we want to use it again. Kaneda weighing out, trying to bait out the YRC. This time it comes out again, but spaces it out. Gets a 6P punish into, oh my god, the Tyrant Barrel did that much off a 6P starter too. And a 6K to even it out. Got a quick snack in between the end of the round. Kaneda looking on fire right now.
Taking a quick bite, man. You gotta stay satisfied out here. Gotta keep that stamina up. I did like this corner steal that Mouqui just went for. The swords are gone, but you're getting the hits. You got the meter after, so gonna be able to turn this one into a complete restock with that hard knockdown. Decent amount of damage as well. Kaneda does have that burst. We'll see if he needs to use it. Trying to go for that early 6P, trying to challenge an H sword. But it's going to be this far slash counter hit. Kaneda ready with the burst.
Oh, and just decides to pull up finally. Let's let the close slash sing. Wipers into RC. No full reward, but able to... What a pickup as well. Got a trade hit, but the explosion still went off at the same time. Able to recover in time as well. Not much of a high attack level move. That JD from Sin. It's a brief pickup as well. Oh, and it's still plus enough to keep a combo going into close slash there. Great stuff, Mouqui here. Showing absolute Ram masterclass using these sword explosions no matter where you are on the screen.
But Kaneda challenging right back. Hey, Mouqui answering though with that back throw. Nice job. Not holding that sim pressure forever. I gotta say, both these players on their defense have been very active. Ah, there's that shimmy. And I like that early cancel on the mortar bottle. Kaneda just got that burst back, but with no chance to spend it. Mouqi's gonna get this positive bonus. Trying to keep you in the corner of the cat scratch to jail you down.
Yeah, Ram's so incredibly good at boxing you in when she has you in the corner with so many tools here. But Kaneda, guessing right, fighting the way out here. Another barrel to put you through the wall. Almost half your life bar gone with a basic combo here. Oh my god, and Mouqui, you know what? Saving the meter, thinking Kaneda was just going to expect the RC after. It'd be a little bit greedy again. Then you get thrown for the troubles right now. Mouqui might be rewarded now for this greed. RC being spent again. 100 meter to work with. BRC going to find it. 5D RC has to break the wall here. Back to neutral we go. Neither player has any attention to work with again. Kaneda can still deflect shield should need be. And a double flip here. That would have got me to knowing you only needed one more hit. Did have some meter behind it to keep the combo going. But you figure after the first one, they don't tend to flip again. They'll just take the pressure and move forward here. But Mouqui catching Kaneda on their toes here. Really impressive stuff. Puts it a game up for themselves. We got one apiece.
Great play there from Mouqui, man. Climbing back, already showing that we can get those games here on the board. If you guys like what you see, please, we got that exclamation point Matcherino. That's going to be your way to claim those free codes to add to that prize pool. Already up to $400. I see you guys claiming the codes, by the way. There's also a Matcherino survey. You fill that out, answer a couple questions. It puts 80 cents in the prize pool, bro. So if you didn't mind doing that, great stuff. Kaneda on this round start, got you thrown already. Catching you holding up with that close slash. Mouqui does not want to go through the wall, spends the burst.
Wow, I'm surprised that Kaneda recovered in time there off of that ID, JH. But Sin definitely pretty blessed with some of these aerial buttons here. Quick flip into the arch to keep the combo going here again. Force burst out of Kaneda right now. But Mouqi's been finding so much value out of mixing in these throws. 6H starter as well. Gets 2 6Hs on the top of it. Definitely have not seen that route before. Good stuff to Mouqui. Going for the optimal punish. Taking us to a round 2 as well again. One away to take the advantage here in this set. Deep run in off of the short explosion here. Trying to bait out a throw. It's a basic knockdown here. Baits out that DP. Not the best reward though, of course, being an explosion starter. But Mouqui is off to the races right now in this game 3.
Definitely keeping that momentum up. And it does have this burst to slow things down. Going to try to finish it off the old-fashioned way, though. Great tech. Nice whip punish. Trying to throw that 5H on the mid-screen, but... yeah, Kaneda knows Mouqi's a burst baiter. Not going to fall for that one right away. Is able to get a clap back here with that RTL. Did we have 100 meter? No. Not going to be enough to go for that full damage, but nice cash out here. Kaneda can't get a single hit on themselves.
Hooktop on the overhead. Mouqui gonna burst just to hit their chance, keep it in here. Going for a chip right now with the laser super. Did not have enough meter to block it out. Great recognition from Mouqui, and you can't even jump that sequence there. Sin has no way to delay himself off. So I wonder if like a super jump JD might have been able to stall it enough, you know, to do it, but definitely, yeah. Great recognition, Mouqui. Just, I love the utilization as well. Great to see that new recognition of chip damage happening here. Really appreciate that update that Arxis made here coming into 2.0. Just a little more clarity for everybody involved to see what actually happened, right? But really, really cool stuff again. Let's see if Kaneda can take us to another Game 5. We can have 2 back-to-back Game 5s. That'd be pretty hype. To open up, of course, this is Jeekly 100. I hope y'all have been enjoying these matches so far. I know I have. Kaneda and Mouqui. A battle of the 2 mid-range again here. And Kaneda already working with Mouqui down to this corner here. Gets a quick bite to eat and a meaty close slash to force out that first burst.
Kaneda with a good start. Already having that 50 tension built. Enough time to eat with the 5D red RC. Okay. Getting a couple bites in. Does have some stamina to play with too. These whiff punish on 5H have been so consistent from Kaneda. It's really been paying off here. So Mouqui got to be a little careful with where we're swinging that normal. Of course, it's good. Trying to go for the S sword on the round start. Kaneda already ready with that one. Must have labbed out those round starts. Catching you with the counter hit. Getting the wall break here. 50 built. No stamina, but going to keep this Hawkbaker safe. This hoof stomp.
Great far slash to connect there. Ends the combo early. Just going into that windshield wiper as well. Just want to get bursted for their trouble. One more attempt again here. No hit confirm necessary. Suarez is set up here. Gets the crossover. Now work Kaneda back to this corner ever so slowly there, but didn't have any meter to keep the sequence going. Burst, keep them in the corner, flips it in. More Tobato through the wall, gonna get that hard knockdown here, but Kaneda definitely still leading in the resource war. Definitely not over quite yet, but Mouqui does have you where they're looking for. This is Ram's favorite spot for you to be in, keeping you in that corner, but a falling JS here from Kaneda. Gonna actually connect here, send it out into the super after. We get the cancel immediately after. that low, explodes it through, and we're getting another game 5. Kaneda locking in, figuring out what they need to do, and taking down Mouqi's Ram here in game 4. It's just a back and forth between two players. Whenever they're able to run that offense, the other just eventually seems to crumble at this point. But definitely looking for here. I'm pretty surprised you can get that canceled there too. I'm assuming there's a stamina cancel as well. I feel like since a character you saw so often when he was so overtuned and then just kind of, fell off, besides a couple of the people who was going to stay true to this character. So great to see Kaneda here putting on a damn good show.
Yeah, Kaneda's definitely a strong pilot. And at this point, like you said, he's been playing it for a minute, so he's been able to see a lot of those interactions off of those counter hits here in the air. He knows how to convert in all situations, I'll say, all situations. Mouqui here. Oh, unfortunate stuff. Did not want that throw, I expect. Kaneda gonna get this sweet spot for the punish, saying we take those, homie. But Mouqui not in a terrible spot. Does have some tension to try to FD you back with here. Kaneda keeping that pressure in the corner. Nice challenge. Gives Mouqui a chance to press.
Gets Sword out here again to block on the cross-up flip there with that explosion. BS to keep the sequations going. There is the burst now, and I love that burst timing as well. You force Mouqui to spend out both swords here. Let him press a little bit too early. Get hit by that third hit of the Rekka. But he get a little bit of space again. Arjun keep it going. Charge held 5D to cinch it out. Kaneda 1 round away from taking the set.
Aggression order to the start. Nice Daro pickup after. These combos always look so cool to me. Mouqui getting a lot of damage here on the start. Kaneda trying to go for that. Almost got that whiff punish even then, but Mouqui a little fast there on that far slash. Wiper Red RC gets us this setup after. Definitely wanted that 2S OTG, but hey, we got the throw for our trouble.
Oh my god, the JD reset into the throw again, but doesn't have the extra damage from the 214H without those swords behind it. Mouqui so close to bringing us to a final round here right now, but Kaneda just has a pixel and a dream. And this dream includes having another 50-meter behind this hard knockdown. Look at the damage coming through. Love that spacing out here again. Can be able to FD block it out. Why should he get our turn back? It has to be so careful when we end up pressing right now. Mouqui spent all the meter that it was more than enough to catch Kaneda out. Gets the flip. We're getting our final round between these two.
Mouqui getting it started here with that Ondo. Kaneda trying to RPS around H sword. Gets called out for it. Has that stamina cancel. Catching your toes. Mouqui bursting it back to want to keep this wall pressure if we can. Red RC keeping your Rekka safe. Kaneda getting shimmying. Has the burst ready though.
Kaneda, great reward for this hit again. Resets into the overhead. Get a quick bite to 8. Phillips with a stamina again. How about another? I'll take seconds, please. Mouqui doing their best. Gonna chase off with that BRC. Slower Kaneda down here. Holding north again, but gets caught trying to slide underneath the 6H. Too big and active, but not enough to kill Kaneda on a pixel and a dream again. Ooh. Chasing off in the air. Hits up the early setup of the 214S with the J. Both players not want to be the one to inch here again. Deflect shield. Gets a bit of space. Falling down with the Ram JH and Mouqui. Wonderful Strive viewers into the Jeekly. Hope you guys are here ready to see some sick Friday night Strive tournament action, of course. We are just getting through our brackets, our third set of the night. Please wipe me, of course, on that Jacko. Astral on this Anji. Even watching the Jeekly, you've seen Astral absolutely cooking when their Anji is on the screen. OG keeps on going here again, but the pressure right now, we've all been in this situation, blocking against Jacko in the corner. Couple of our homies out there to say what's good, and a good chunk of damage, even on a character as tanky as Anji.
Astral no slouch either, by the way. We're going to see what she has here. Trying to catch you with those pins. Catching your backdash. With that close slash, going to be that enhanced Nagi hug, giving us the follow-up. Wipe me, feeling good about where we're at. Does not want to be sent to the wall. That defend command, a little too early. Astral gets in with that Red RC. The 5D projectile setup is going to be enough to kill you here. Unfortunate stuff. Committing to that burst means Astral's in a great spot right now.
Yeah, definitely showing the power. Anji, a character that essentially, if you have been playing Strive this whole time, this character's gone on an absolute journey. And basically, if you're an Anji player, you couldn't be happier. If you're someone who's like playing into Anji, you feel like his character is only getting more and more kind of power crept for this version. Bash taking good advantage so far, putting you in the casino. Unfortunately, you hit no matching pictures again. Not enough to kill another. The amount of magic pixels we've been seeing tonight. But chip damage is more than enough to do it. No FD was ready for that Fujin. Astral taking game 1.
Nice stuff, man. Astral quick with it. The loose quote from PleaseWipeMe that says, "I love you." Well, definitely, you know, kind words to share. Yeah, Wipe Me, unfortunately, after Astral had all that damage dealt, was in a hard spot to come back from, but it's why we got this game first to 3, man. We're going to see how Wipe Me starts this one off. Gonna have to RPS around this round start here. Astral actually is going for the backdash whiff punish. Wipe Me ready with the burst, trying to get those bots applied, but I like how Astral's already preemptive against them, but because of that, Wipe Me answering back with those defend commands, keeping you here in the corner. Great backdash to avoid that meaty.
Hold your close slash a little bit closer. I'm not ready to block it out here. Has been a meter, keep the PRC going. And man, the reward you would have gotten in previous versions is so much different now. Utilizing still, but why PRC I should say, has a ton of value. So it turns a little bit longer here again. Tries to cross over with the jump in, but the parry was still hitting in the front. Gets the full animation, a big chunk of damage. Anji parry absolutely so good at killing these low health characters.
Bro, when you can see the parry from the front, let me tell you. Wipe Me coming, I'm sorry, Wipe Me coming up here. Astral getting caught by this counter hit. And hey, we got an explosion set up. Nice stuff. Wipe Me gonna take you to the wall.
Absolutely. Tons of great uses of Countdown now. You know, obviously the Countdown losing its ability to do the unstick in this version, but still has great set play opportunity and some pretty good rewards for damage as well. Gonna fit out that Elysium driver. We got Astral here slipping a little bit though, but of course we know the Anji guts. This character built like an absolute tank and able to still get the OTG. I wonder if we actually got 2 hits off that OTG as well. I think we did with the minion. Just enough to kill here. Good stuff to please Wipe Me. Keep themselves here in this game too right now. Maybe it's the theme of the night right now here. It'll be maybe a night of no 3-0s. It'll be pretty damn hype here. These players bringing their absolute best. The pot is absolutely full right now. Over $420.
It's
we are
spilling
only
over, bro.
not even an hour in, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a dude. More than full, let me tell you. Thanks to all those contributors. Astral saying thank you very much as well. Securing this game 2 here. Great stuff. Wipe Me having that 50 tension time, that chance to spend it. Astral staying on top of you, but much better round this time around. Definitely getting to show a little bit more of that Jacko. I loved that explosion setup that we had earlier. Need more of those to take advantage of. Astral gonna be finish this one off.
Yeah, Astros look so good when they find themselves in that lead. Incredibly comfortable with farming out that meter. We all know Anji more than comfortable with dropping a good plethora of special moves between, of course, Spin, Fujin, any of the cancels as well. Definitely a character to be feared if you find yourself getting behind in advance. So far, able to get the spin there off of that 5K. It's a delayed jump, though. Get the fuzzy, but 2D actually going to stop the way in. Wipe Me getting sniped for their approach, but Astral so comfortable with putting out some of these 6Ps and then being willing to cancel into the Fujin off of even the minion hits again. Tries to shimmy though, but we get the way out again. Astral bursting, keeps Wipe Me in this corner.
Gonna stagger you out. Great backdash there to get away from that throw. Got another one set up here in the corner, but man, the backdash city that we're seeing right now. Astral with that 2H setup. Another throw. Man, I think that was 5. And what was that? 15 seconds. All those throws between those two players. Astral coming out on top, putting ourselves on the set point.
Guilty Gear Strive is a strike throw video game, you know, and our players here showing us the goods, taking advantage of the throws as we work our way through this game here. Astral, one simple round away, but a good run up into the co. Almost gets the full conversion here. A little bit delayed, but still keeps the plus. Realization there. Close touch, catching the backdash there again. Twist, keep it going, but the shimmy working out this time here. Astral, one more good hit away, should be able to do it. You know, if I'll be able to connect here. Great pickup there off of that actual defend command as well. The pair going to come through. And out one more time to jump off the YRC, but 2D getting extended out again. Astral looking absolutely clean and bringing our first 3-0 of the night. But please wipe me. Test your luck versus Macho. Nagoriyuki versus Asuka are recruits. Let's get into it here. Macho off to a really good start right now again. Putting out here, gets the deck swapped out here. Mana bar is regenerating on its own just a little. Good IBFD there on the second hit, but Test Your Luck find the right delay here again. A good throw here by Macho. Test Your Luck, a bit of a rough spot right now.
Yeah, we don't have the mana. We did have the pressure. Test Your Luck 6-ping out. Do want to shout out real quick, MastaShake for the fat contribution to that prize pool, bro. We're almost at that $500 mark. Thank you so much, MastaShake, for that, bro. You did not have to do that, homie. Thank you so much. We're up 50 more buccarinos, man. Almost unlocking that 5th place prize split. Macho here in that one, finishing you off with this 2H route. Great stuff after baiting out that blood pop. Thank you very much, MastaShake, for that contribution.
Yeah, no better story you can be having right now as the Asuka has to burst out TYL right now early with the double overhead coming out here. Not able to get the proper wall break with 6H. I'll call this corner, but a good throw here again, checking out that Fukio forward. Macho looking so comfortable in this matchup, and you have to be. Of course, you know, Asuka, a character that's incredibly tanky when you have that mana bar, but, you know, if there's a character to, like, show off your, hey, look at my my one-shot kill combos here again, and Asuka with no mana bar, pretty easy to make look like they're made of nothing. Just comes out here, Test Your Luck, no meter to call for. Chip damage potentially be an option again, but gets caught on a hold-up attempt. Macho taking a very confident game one.
Great stuff, man. I mean, I was feeling pretty good for Macho in that first round, seeing that instant block there on the Beyblade after Test Your Luck. Got that burst after. So crazy stuff. Macho already ready to keep that pressure up, ready to spend those spells. And even when we're manaless in the face of that Nagoriyuki, like you said, Nago with mana Asuka is like cutting through tissue paper. But Macho willing to take those risks. We're rolling into this game too. Loving what we're seeing. Test Your Luck can be explosive here. I mean, the thing about Nagoriyuki, man, I know he is a demon, right? Like, you probably gotten beat up once or twice by this character if y'all are watching, but you got to sympathize a little bit with him trying to get in through these cubes, man. It's going to be hard, especially against someone like El Macho here. So we'll see what we got.
Yeah, it feels like Nago's a character who's just not really capable of having some of the best, like, kind of cancel options to fight through. Ooh, bit of a input error there. Actually had 6P into the bite. Stuck now. Macho already has to select to this corner again. Test Your Luck feeling that pressure. Faces it out here. Macho's so good at these IBs on that second hit of the far slash. Everyone always says, if there's the first far slash to practice your IBs against, Nago's far slash 2, one of the best of them. Spacing it out, credit card online. Stuck in cube hell right now though. Good ID, gets a JD. Self-started Macho, one hit could potentially do it. But one hit hell bar is all you need. It's but a reach at the end of the day. Macho like to be breaking this wall here against Nago. Gonna do with the super, get that hard knockdown again, keep our pressure going.
Not having that 50 and low on that mana, but oh my god, is high on that IQ, blocking that YRC. Test Your Luck trying to get out with that defensive mechanic. Macho, despite those resources being low, only needed that last hit after baiting out that mechanic. Test Your Luck, go for that Shizu 1, delay 2S, trying to get through with that FSS through the cubes, but Macho with those quick spell cancels. Back close to the wall, but bring us to that mid screen. Good Beyblade off of that 6P. That's a great way to fight those cubes.
Go again, 6H, the optimal Nago combo. And you just know when you're a low health character and you've taken already 1 or 2 6Hs, that third one usually will be enough to do it. Macho not feeling deterred right now. Still a big advantage here in the burst department. Ready has Test Your Luck, push all the way to this corner. Let those portal cubes keep it going. Oh, good pickup here again off the tumble here. Gets the Screamer, caught it out here, and gets a stagger into the throw. The grappler's online. Just lets the mana bar in front of you work. What an aura moment that Asuka gets, just standing there in front of you, knowing he has the coverage of the cubes for the man. Just, hey, just challenge me, bud. Just press the button. It'll be fine. But Macho says no. A perfect as well. Up 2-0 against Test Your Luck. And I have to imagine if there is a matchup that Nago does not like dealing with, I have to imagine Asuka very much up there. You know, despite the power level of Nago in this version, he's kind of always suffered in a lot of the zoning kind of projectile heavy matchups. Well, of course, you know, Nago used to have advantage of that white wall assault to kind of just fight and brute force your way in. You just don't have that anymore. So yeah, you can kind of like guess your way in with a little bit of spending your HP in the process, but you know, this level, Macho is so ready for some of these options. The IPs have been on deck. The management of our mana and cards, too, so good. Macho looking like an absolute terror right now. TestYourLuck finding the good hit. Gets the bite as well. Gets that blood drop in here again. I'm stuck in this corner. Go back on the 5D, though.
Trying to keep you back with that FD. Does have our mana back. Good up arc there from Test, but Macho with those quick spells. That Yuki going to give us some time to spend some blood. Don't even need to spend blood, man. It was just a far slash sequence into a red RC. TestYourLuck getting around here on the board. Had Macho there back to the walls where we want to keep you if we can.
They're coming through here again. 2K2D, breaking the wall with a 6H. Good chunk of damage despite being done. Through that there. Ooh. TP up here going to clip the jump there of Macho, but a throw. Back to the mid screen. Devastation with a JD, tries to cancel out with the projectile, but we were ready. Gets the full animation, so a good chunk of damage here coming through. Macho on an absolute blinking life bar here. Be quite an impressive choice if they're able to do it. Gets clipped by the low. Stab it to the ground. Let the blood rise. We could have went on a damn shopping spree there at the end. But TestYourLuck finds that final hit here. Could take us to a game 4. And could we see another reverse sweep? We saw it in our first set tonight. Love the amount of game 5s we've been seeing so far here. These players doing their best, swinging the highest. They're trying to take advantage of an almost $500 prize pot here on a Friday night. Man, we love some Guilty Gear Strive.
And we could easily make it over that if y'all check out those free claim codes and check out those surveys that Maturino puts up. 80 cents per survey. It's just like 10 quick questions about, you know, how you enjoy fighting games. But Macho, after that counter hit, spends that burst. Nice job. Able to duck under that 2H, get a knockdown for our trouble. Test, spending that blood to get our way in still. Trying to air stall over those cubes. I like the idea. Macho just slinging them, though. Willing to spend all those cards. This pressure's getting crazy in the corner. Test was flicking that FD a bit, trying to keep you back. But Macho going to super confirm to get this hard knockdown.
Yo, block this quick overhead. Macho just looking so in control when they get the lead, and especially in the meter department too. Like, built so much burst for TestYourLuck there, but I don't imagine they're going to be using that burst even if we get the hit. But these delayed frame traps with the screamers are getting so much value here. Macho 1 round away, be able to cinch themselves up and keep moving forward here. 24 winner qualifier. High blood being spent here again. Not much left to work with here, but we were ready with the block out the burst too. Macho, you are absolutely nasty with it. But unfortunately, nothing nasty. You're getting clipped by a 2H from level 3 Blood Nago. And why are you backdashing? Hold this 5H real quick. TestYourLuck, evening it out.
Yeah, and TestYourLuck, I mean, one of the most airborne Nagos I've ever seen, man. Holding up there on the round start. Catching you holding up there with that close slash. Gonna be able to cancel on the super to cash out this damage. Oh, nice. It was actually the weak spot hit. TestYourLuck was ready for it. I call it a weak spot hit, but look at that damage, man. Trying to get through those cubes. Not gonna be able to here, but the 2H gonna pay off.
Up indeed. Goldburst coming in right now. The best case scenario if you're Macho. Wanting to take advantage of the meter, you can build it up. Great RPS there. Backdashing in last second here. TestYourLuck finding the 5K, putting out the boot, and taking us to a game 5. We got 2-2 between these two. And I love what we are seeing tonight. All of these players here looking so comfortable at adjusting and micro changes to work around what their opponents are showing them. Getting the right hits, keeping that Oki running here, and being rewarded with an absolutely close set for not only themselves, but all you wonderful people watching both on Twitch and, of course, watching on the YouTube VODs. Make sure to check out the Jeekly YouTube for all of these tournament VODs will get posted.
Catching that approach. Macho throwing out these spells. No mana, but building it back up. Backdash here getting called out. Macho gonna be able to break this wall with very good resources, and a quick shout out to the fact that we breached $500 in the Matcherino means that the prize split gets upgraded to include 5th place. So a lot of people getting paid out today. I've never seen this interaction where you still get the super cancel there on the win screen. Macho putting us on the set point.
Macho showing off a little bit. It's like, yeah, I had that input ready. You know, not a big deal. It's the deck change here again. Here on the deck 2 gaming. Great. Wow, I guess a good pickup there, actually. The fucking clipping, just the falling option here. Macho sends up 2D there. Oh, Macho trying to spend the meter to recover and tie, not able to. Down the resources now. This is the worst case scenario for TestYourLuck. Stuck now in cube hell. These are just bouncing through here. Tries to far slash their way in, but Macho not going to bite. A lot of time to get that mana in. But the 6 be able to connect here. Now we're not going to die. Those actually just is the 6H. The blood was just kind of, actually didn't even have any blood at all. Still able to do it. Macho going to take that 3-2. Chipp, are they a double jump? You know, it's like, what type of air movement are they utilizing so far? Let's see how flyinbacon navigates so far here. McSmitty keeping it very low on their presses so far. Trying to catch it out here. Good attempt to IED over, but the tornado is so damn active. Coverage in your face. Not able to connect out here again. Spends the meter just to get thrown anyway. flyinbacon able to survive on that early pressure right now. Has McSmitty stuck in this corner.
Getting throw looped a bit here. Gold burst getting blocked. Gonna keep that pressure, even if it's not the punish. McSmitty though, too close, ready to get that back throw. Trying to see if flyinbacon wants to commit to any options. I like that pause there after that rainwater 2H counter hit. Red RC to see if they're gonna burst. Not today. flyinbacon gonna save it to the next round as McSmitty takes this one.
Yeah, understandable. Should we be able to use it here again? Kind of wondering if we're gonna use it at all right now. This time we get the correct IED over, clearing out that tornado. I think you essentially have to super jump it. You'll get the way over. flyinbacon. You can chuck in this corner here. Good fight out so far. Both players are trying to commit too heavily right now. Oh, but the ID attempt gets sniped out here. McSmitty. Right now I'm wondering if flyinbacon even has their burst equipped right now, but understandable. It'd be so hard when you're kind of getting hit by these single-turn buttons over and over again. The late clip out there with that alpha blade. Back to neutral we go. They're 100 meter to work with right now. McSmitty sends it out. Blake gets to hold on to this burst right now. 100 meter in the back end as well. Watch out that 5D.
Oh, trying to bait it out with that PRC. McSmitty with the delayed burst though. Coming out on top in a very close round right there. I like what we were doing there. Bacon getting those hits. McSmitty though, I like how what we're doing here in the corner as well. We're looking for like hard call outs, like the 6Ps and stuff on flyinbacon's pressure when we have our back to the wall. Nice job keeping you down with that 6K. It's a sign that we know when you're going to jump, or at least we're willing to preempt it there, willing to take that risk. McSmitty getting a game on the board.
Yeah, it's definitely a matchup where like you have to be able to call these options out, right? You know, so Chipp able to kind of work around a lot of these tools with his great mobility, but McSmitty is just like, you know, very careful on how they're committing a lot of their buttons. And a good, of course, good clip there by a counter hit, but not trying to overextend too much. Of course, Chipp able to absolutely make the distance here. Good 6P there. Doesn't get the hard counter hit there, but a good 6P back here. McSmitty making back to his full screen. Despite the back being at the corner right now, McSmitty's able to fight out correctly here. flyinbacon. Find the right way to go here again. Triple jump into the J2K. Does not get the JS to actually connect here, but good routing so far. Gonna get that wall break likely. Oh, no, wants to keep it inside. Yeah, I respect it. Don't want to play the neutral again. Bring out all the boys, put them through the wall here and get that hard knockdown. Gonna have to guess this mix. Keep yourself in this round.
The boys showing up. Rooting for flyinbacon. McSmitty. Trying to get that throw there after the NATO. flyinbacon, nice up. Away. Gonna get the counter hit. McSmitty already having that burst back. It's one of the benefits of spending it early. Wow, oh my god, we're converting off that? Oh my god, McSmitty. Luckily you're going to stay on this side of the wall here. Bacon trying to stagger you out. It pays off, but the burst keeps us safe.
Absolutely. Back to full screen you go, though. The dash blocking looks so immaculate. You have to be very comfortable with dash blocking to work around this Axel character. Left right's coming through heavy. Same side again here. We're off the J8 conversion. Dropping it early to not play neutral again. And I love this choice from Bacon. Trying their best here. Not have to play Axel neutral right now, but using that speed. Like down the corner here. 6P gonna hide out. Burst to keep them in this corner. Gonna give up that turn at all. Gets the Rekka overhead. We can finish this route. It should be a dead Axel, and it is. Flying Bacon. Absolutely killing it here in game 2. We got one apiece.
Great stuff, man. Saw that 6P counter hit coming out again. McSmitty willing to put those out to try to get this chip off of you. But Bacon had the, privilege, I guess, or say, with the offensive burst, right? Can say, hey, I only need one more hit to close this one out. I'm cool if we stay here in the corner and I void that resource. And then ended up finding the hit. So it's all worth it here moving into this game 3. Those round starts can be quick for Chipp, but I like how patient we're being. We're actually trying to see if we can't get around McSmitty's options. Counter hitting you here, though. It's going to be a big cash out against this Chipp.
Definitely great on the reward front here. Bacon looking so much more comfortable right now, and I imagine a lot of the early stuff for you as the player has to approach the Axel is kind of understanding, how do they press their options, what are they trying to kind of preempt me with, and how can I work around that with my various speed and the double jump as well. The Bacon push back to more of that full screen again, but able to so quickly make up the space. But what a reward there. McSmitty was about to take your life and your lunch money with that conversion. Twist on a clip here. PRC scaling working a little bit against you right now, but having Bacon stuck in this corner, we want him to be the tornado, gonna catch you on the IED attempt. McSmitty not feeling shaken up by that game 2, looking absolutely clean here as we're in our game 3.
Okay, triple jump saving us there. Getting away from McSmitty here, following you up in that air. Walking back from these nados. Bacon with some great spacing, some patient chip play, right? We're not just throwing out those 5Hs, right? We're actually just out of range of McSmitty's closer normals. Great corner steal, has the pickup ready after. McSmitty blocks that cross up. We'll be getting this burst back here soon as well. Bacon gonna have to consider that one.
Waiting for that right time. These JS fishes attempts. Could I be there? Holds a little bit extra space again. We were ready for the burst. Such a worst case scenario if you're McSmitty. Flying Bacon not thinking that route was gonna end up killing. Chooses to do the early drop. Unfortunately, McSmitty now fighting out here. Doesn't get the best of conversions, but still able to fight back. Put Flying Bacon back in the zoning mini game. Early cancel into the Rekka 2. Bit of an odd pickup there, but able to get the right situation after. Just like simple close last 6H. Flying Bacon evening it up right now. And then it also pretty ahead in that burst economy. Let's see when they get the chance to use that.
Nice job using this rope to convert. I like how Flying Bacon ends those combos early because we just want to keep this Axel's back to the wall. We don't want to have to try to approach through that zoning any longer, but I don't know if this was a safe jab. McSmitty secures that reversal. Gonna go for some of these plus frames here, even on that far screen. Bacon needs to approach and spend that meter, but McSmitty, if we get one good counter hit, could actually just close out the round here.
It's the right fall on them, but the FD kind of pushing out. McSmitty from being to be punished for it. Flying Bacon, one more reset. TestYourLuck in this corner here one more time. Able to YRC recover in time to block out the YRC back. Great recognition there. Bacon has the advantage at least in that tension department. Positive bonus, we're working in our favor. Got another 50 to work with here. Basically keep it going, but the close slash actually going to catch your landing recovery. Almost like an anti-air. I almost had to pull up Daisuke and say, hey man, you missed one.
Yeah, point to the screen, bro. Yeah, consult the graph. Here, we'll see it back on the replay. Because I feel like it was in the air, but I think you're right. It was actually on the ground. Yeah, punish on there on the ground. It almost looked like an anti-air close slash. I don't know. Was McSmitty really calling out the landing frames, or you think my homeboy was trying to anti-air? I don't know. I know we're all still trying it, so.
Post the dokes from Dexter meme of like, I see you kind of thing.
Yeah. But close around there. McSmitty getting caught out here on the start, ready to burst it back. Bacon's so patient on this chip, and it's been paying off, man. Look at these counter hits.
Yeah, great rewards too, and I am loving this active choice of taking a knockdown that you can run some further sequences again. Axel, a character who doesn't have the best reversal options, takes advantage, of course, of the super option, which is one thing here. But if you are called out, you're gonna feel it. Then Sansu gonna and out this round here. Shout outs to the buffs. You see the super way more often than we ever able to. The reward was so high. The 6H counter had to be able to do it. And Flying Bacon trying to take us to another game 5. We've had all game 5s, but one set being 3-0 so far. So we'd love to see if this set can go the distance as well.
Oh, nice counter hit on that low JS. Smitty catching your toes here. Flying Bacon going to drill in the same side. Didn't see that one coming. Going to combo off of this rope as well. McSmitty will have this burst here on the other side. Not afraid to go for that reversal either with that tension. But Bacon with that last bait could have you spooked. Good counter hit. That intentional knockdown that we're picking here. McSmitty gets a chance to fight back out. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, great trade here again. McSmitty fighting back. I've never seen Axel 6P get utilized more than in this set so far. Another super coming in, sends him to the ground. The damage buff not able to do it, but no invincible startup means we get to RC after to make it happen. Flying Bacon keeping the near every game trend going, and we're getting a game 5.
Appreciate y'all for hanging out here at the Jeekly 100, guys. I'm having fun. Liking seeing all these returning signups, some new signups as well. McSmitty many time top 8er here, bro. Maybe that's who I'm rooting for, man. I'll say it out loud. Kid looking good though. Making very patient, going for those knockdowns, baiting out these reversals, keeping your back to the wall, getting McSmitty antsy. But this Axel's looking good. The goal burst, nice stuff. Bacon with a whiff punish, looking good.
And I think so much of this set has shown is that if you are fighting Flying Bacon, and I'm sure it's matchup dependent here, but the patience shown in this set, we mentioned it before, Chipp is a character that has the speed and has the mobility to do it, but if you don't make your options obvious, no matter how fast you are, think about how much more effective you can even be. And Flying Bacon here is looking so good right now, working around this Axel zoning game. Barely getting clipped again. Take advantage of those multi-jumps here. McSmitty doing pretty okay in the health bar so far, but no burst meter to work with it. And good back throw right now. This is McSmitty's chance. Take it back. I don't think Bacon's been spending out this burst. Probably want to save it for that final round. Make it as epic as possible here, but back neutral we go.
Able to block that, jump in there with that BRC slowdown. Red RC drift down, trying to catch it here. Nice counter hits coming out from Flying Bacon. McSmitty having to deal with these same side lows. The cross up. Got your ankles broken, I gotta say. Bacon gonna secure this hard knockdown. Bank that 50 for one more piece of mix, but you gotta worry about all this resource that McSmitty has.
Oh my gosh, the patience there. Neither player trying to pull off of that RC. Bacon, one more normal hit will do it, and there it is. Finds the clip we're looking for. McSmitty gonna even it out, take us to our round 3, 2-2. You win this, you are moving forward one step closer to that big over $500 pot here tonight. All these gamers bringing out their best here to celebrate the Jeekly 100 right now. And McSmitty kind of controlling the Bacon right now. Hasn't been flying a whole lot in this round.
Keeping that pressure up. Good air dash over, but didn't get that JS like we wanted. So McSmitty gets that reaction back throw. The counter hit here from Bacon's going to bring you down to the corner. Nice instant cancel into that super. Great stuff, Bacon. Going to be able to get this hard knockdown Chipp, one of the strongest to use this situation. McSmitty going to be building up this tension, but you're back to the wall. Deflect shield, great answer, but too close. Wasn't able to get that 2S. Bacon going into this super immediately. Daniel, that may be enough to kill.
Not quite here, but are you ready for the cross-up? It is. McSmitty finding the correct press, and the reward is given. It was an absolute pixel remaining. Gonna have insert versus MacMens, y'all. Let's get into it.
Starting off, going for those far slashes. Been seeing a lot more of that from these Mays as of late. Fishing for MacMens, trying to get hit here. Nice job. Air dashing out of that corner, but Insert catching that recovery here with the throw. FD just trying to get away from that May if we can at all. The far slash is coming out like crazy. Insert really trying to be preemptive with that. S-Dolphin Red RC going to line up this combo. MacMens wanting to end it.
And I love just Insert trying to fish out with these far slashes, not able to find anything to connect, and MacMens perfect spacing right now. Great results here. Ashafugus might be enough to just do it. It is great. MacMens looking super comfortable as we go into only our first game already. But Insert never to be deterred by a round not going their way. Routing consistent, puts you through the wall here again. A good chunk of damage on Zato. Back to the neutral we go. But watch your toes.
Ooh. Yeah, watch your back too, man. You're going through the wall. MacMens with full resource here, but Insert with a very strong lead. Nice counter in here off that 2H setup. Insert catching you right back with that 2K though. I don't expect MacMens is going to burst here, so Insert using that last bit of tension to secure this evening of the rounds. Both players sitting full on that blue burst. Much more aggressive on this round start, trying to pull up with that 2K. The far slash comes out, but MacMens sitting you down with that 6P. Didn't get the full conversion we wanted, but basically have you in the corner here. Insert trying to take that space. MacMens sitting it down and extends our hurt box into the gold burst.
Definitely not best case scenario. We're gonna have to force out a burst of our own. I'm gonna get too much of a reward here for Insert. Spins right through that 5H. Gets the held. The charge Fujin Rin overhead allows for that reward, that continued combo off the RC. Feels like if you blink 1 year, Anji loses it. You blink another year, another patch, Anji has it again, and MacMens some real quick routing. Going to take a pretty confident game one.
Nice play. I was talking about Insert in that Jeek League. MacMens also in the Jeek League, representing Team UMCA. And those grand finals are going to be on Sunday. So we'd love for y'all to come up, pull up, and see UMCA versus TF, Team Factor. They're fighting for a massive prize pool over there too. It's like $2 grand or something at this point. Big shouts to all those contributors. You see them on the bottom of the screen right now, rolling through that little slideshow. We have everyone who helped contribute to that, so thank you very much. Rolling into game 2, MacMens keeping you back with a confident 5K and then sitting you down with the Koi.
Going to the throw, 5D into the bird, gets to keep the combo going. Love that Anjis have found more of this delayed spacing to take advantage of that projectile. That's an interesting projectile as well, because I feel like so often when Anjis burst, it's meant to go like send it out full screen, and what does it really do when you're across the screen there? But on a knockdown, it has so many applications here. MacMens looking incredibly clean here in this set so far. He's very confident in these routing choices and just calling out Insert for what she wants to do.
Getting this punished. Good block on that Nagia. Getting our reward after. It's going to be this Anji's back to the wall. MacMens trying to get forward with that far slash. Trying to bait the burst. MacMens very patient. Waits a moment before we send that one out and gets rewarded with this mid-screen pressure. But the whiff punish here on this 6P. Insert going to be able to get some block pressure here. Man, we're just both going back and forth on block. I mean, MacMens building up that tension, putting you in the corner, sitting you down with this Rin. Insert still finding a way out, but MacMens ready with the 6P.
Forcing out that burst here. Play neutral again. Good patience so far, but the back dash gonna get caught. Close slash. Insert not quite fully believing in that hit, but understandably so. Will use the RC to keep it free, but drops it anyway. Back throw incident. Gets himself out of that corner. MacMens all the way in here again. Falls out with the JS, though we were ready to block up the 3K. MacMens just looking too unstoppable, too resilient, picking all the right options here between these two. That's 2-0 right now, and I've said it before, y'all. Not my first time tonight. I might do a little voodoo here again. Can we feel it? Are we feeling a reverse sweep? A game 5? Will Insert go Super Saiyan and take us to that 5th game? We gotta get our first game to get there. It will be a 3-0 by MacMens, who's looking absolutely unstoppable right now.
Yeah, MacMens and Insert, both previous champions here at the Jeekly, have won the whole damn thing before. Unfortunately, they're seeing each other just qualifying for top 8, so we'll see who comes out on top. Definitely both very strong players. I root for both of them. See what Insert has here. She's pulling up, get you with this 2K. Vertical Dolphin after as well. MacMens taking a bid, not panicking there on that burst. In fact, it's going to be Insert bursting first after that 2S counter hit.
Bursting right back again to the neutral we go. Gets a good space in there, of course, off of that enhanced Nagi low. Those counter hit, at least gets the screen presence. Good block on the overhead. Insert looking ready. Oh, doesn't get the full conversion though, but 2 space off MacMens to want to try to poke back. Works Insert here again. The Fujin train is here. Get ready to guess, buddy. High, low, low into the high. 2H reset, keeps themselves plus. When does it end? Let me out. MacMens says no. One more round from taking this set.
Insert grabbing the bars, screaming, "Let me out!" MacMens catching you here with that enhanced Nagia. Insert fishing with that bar slash, bro. Saying, "Please walk into this," and hey, it pays off. Get that charge 6H after. Good IBFD there on the cross up low, but Insert blocking out the ring gets the punish.
Sends it out, gets a drop opportunity, gets underneath that far slash attempt with that 3K here. Insert not to be deterred right now. Because MacMens, if you want this win, you're gonna have to work for it right now. But a YRC stops out any more of this May onslaught. 6 to come out here again. Early cancel into the ring, forcing out the burst. Insert has managed to keep herself in this set. MacMens probably feeling pretty good about getting that in this round. Objective secured here. We are going to get a round 3, but a big advantage for MacMens here going into it.
Okay. Keeping the combo going with Hop. One more Hop to get the meaty Fujin after. Insert. Doing some great stuff with that jump there in the corner. MacMens bursting you back to mid-screen, just trying to get this pressure established again, but that's where fishing for that far slash pays off. Insert with a great conversion, gonna be able to send you through here. MacMens with so much resource here. You gotta just spend it wisely. Gonna be able to whiff punish that 5K to start. Still having 100 here. Gonna convert into this reset. 5D RC. Where's the RC? MacMens! There it is. Okay. Whew. MacMens coming out on top.
I cannot wait to see how it shakes out, G.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Magician Girl versus Poncho. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think I have the right names here. I think Magician Girl goes by Opera House. Can chat correct me on that one? Poncho also pulling up on the Asuka. I feel like the last like 4 times I've seen Poncho, different character every time. So we're entertaining the mirror out here. If I got the names right, Magician Girl starting off strong.
The colors definitely match it so far here. And Poncho not able to find their footing quite yet in the set. Magician Girl, the onslaught looking a little too clean right now. No, perfect off the rip here again. And maybe that's just the mirror out the way the matchup can go. So Poncho have to do their best to be able to figure it out.
Taking it down the screen, blocking that meatball, but we're actually going to get our turn here, or at least we're going to frame trap you with that far slash after. Poncho fighting back, but now doesn't have the mana after that staff comes out. You will have the tension here in just a moment. Magician Girl taking it down to this corner, cashing out fully on her meter. And if you get rewarded with the wall break here, at least you'll have that tension. But Poncho with a good mash RC is actually going to swap corner here.
Yeah, great routing here again. Throw it out, but back into the corner here. If you jump out there, not have to worry about the high-low aspect of the fallen meatball again. Good block on both sides here. BRC's forward just to have to block again. Poncho doing their best to keep himself in here, but gets a good falling into that 2K2D. Gets the 6K frame trap after as well. Looking a little rough there for Poncho near the end, but was able to wrestle it back. And a great 6P to fight through the projectiles here. Poncho, multi-character specialist at this point right now, is absolutely looking good.
Looking amazing, I gotta say. No cards. So even when that mana comes back, you gotta make sure you got a full hand, right? You gotta have cards to play. Freud's Magician Girl pushing you back here with that burst. Has 50 as well. Poncho with a full stick of butter, though, gets our way in here through those gaps in the spells. I like that from Poncho, securing a knockdown, getting our own spells, and just go ready with attack.
Here in the mirror, watching 2 staffs on top of each other. There's no way to tell who's who's. I don't know if there's an actual call, but definitely could not see it here. Poncho able to actually wrestle it back, but after it looked like an incredibly one-sided round one, a very close round two, but looking all Poncho in that third one here, able to cinch it out here, feeling the R ampersand power up right now. This Kreutz girl's gonna have to figure it out, dig a little bit deeper in that deck, find the appropriate sideboard switches as we get into our game two here.
Taking that space. I like how Magician Girl, I think she called out that Poncho was gonna start shuffling cards when she picked that time to start throwing spells. But I know that she's a burst baiter, ready for that one. That's a great spot to go for it. Gonna be able to send Poncho through with a hard knockdown.
Great advantage of that slow cube juggle. These empty spells here, able to cover a bit of those gaps there while you're waiting to recover. And the spacing, it's like, yeah, I think it's like -5, -6, but like, what are you able to punish with at that distance? So, Magician Girl looking so comfortable. Not feeling too deterred with how game one ended. The pressure being held so far. Again, these 6Ks going so much for the distance, but no spells to be able to keep it safe one more time. Poncho finally getting their turn back right now. Magician Girl has to do the flex shield out. Send out Super, get a little bit extra space again. Screamer, stay a little bit more plus. One more projectile Super to go here. Gets the ice to actually connect. Gets way more time to draw a few more cards. One bait on the burst. Maybe to your demise here. Poncho reversing the situation.
Magician Girl not afraid to block it out, but Poncho with the F-Shiki on the Asuka, catching your head right there. Finishes off that round, evens things up. Magician Girl getting caught here. Poncho not going to let her use that staff. Both players getting low on that mana. Poncho runs out first, did not get that medium. Magician Girl ready with the throw.
Have to be ready for all these different levels of Guilty Gear defense. Again, the PRC able to catch the startup there of that gold burst. Magician Girl being rewarded for not pushing too far too quickly. And Poncho not allowed to work with again, and the delayed JD into the Screamer pickup here. Magician Girl and our Kreutz for today able to answer back there, getting a game apiece. I think this set could absolutely go a distance, and it's so funny because I get a lot of similar feelings to how the Axel matchup seems to go. It is two players putting out the same level of experience. Is like, do you understand the proper way to fight through these cubes? Are you canceling appropriately if you hit a cube as well? And Poncho sticking to it, feeling the Asuka. And why would you change it, right? You got game one. You showed that you can beat one of the strong namesake players on this character as well. Asuka players jumped ship when this character got his plethora of changes, but some of these folks have stuck with it. Heck, even moved to keeping this character going as well. Very functional, very much a strong character to knowledge check your opponent. And right now, these two players here bringing out their best right now to get to that top 8.
And you get on this winner side, you get into that payout, so make sure y'all are claiming those codes if you can. Free to do, filling out that Matcherino survey. Nice job with that air throw after the RC. Poncho trying to catch you with that air meatball, but burst baited. Didn't get the conversion that we wanted. At least we're able to keep this pressure after, that is. Magician Girl, she's gonna lose her mana here after that meatball catches your head. YRC to push it back, trying to get out of the corner with the 2D, but Poncho gonna call that with the super.
Poncho just seems to like bring this unending level of offense as well while managing their meter so well there. It's been a 2H, but no further conversion. Or 2S, sorry. Drops the 6H there again. Magician Girl get a bit of a second chance again, but good 2P check as well on the approach. Poncho putting up the wall right now. Tries to do a BRC drift down there, but Magician Girl not having any of it. A battle of 2D. Bit of a water fight right now here, just splashing back and forth. We're digging through that deck. What kind of cards can we find? We have the Portal one at the ready here. Sends it out, but the YRC, sorry, the burst, sorry, to break off that cube sequence again. Magician Girl out of mana. Has to run some standard strike buttons. Let the slash buttons reign supreme. But Poncho finding their hit right now. Magician Girl wants to get through this round. That's been in the burst if she can. Otherwise, he gets blocked here by Poncho.
Okay, Opsta had the corner position and is able to beat the burst with that quick recovery. 5D getting blocked, but gets the counter hit after. Poncho up 2-1. But I feel like these rounds are getting so close, man. It's definitely like feast or famine, it feels like sometimes. That first Asuka to run out of mana starts getting belt to ass, it feels like. But both these players still finding good times to fight. I mean, look, Poncho's the one winning this round right here with no mana after that well-placed YRC bait, then that burst bait. So strong stuff, bro. We're pulling up here into this game 4. See what we got. Oh, and real quick, yeah, there's only 15 of those codes remaining last time I checked. If you all can claim those, rolling to this top 8 with a full code claim, would really appreciate it. First, beta here from Magician Girl.
We are here looking up for Poncho. Looking so comfortable and such a being presses, and like, not to mention, of course, understands her character incredibly well, but how often do you get to play the high-level mirror matches? Poncho in the lab, figuring out this character, bringing out their best, gets the empty, jumping into the throw setup here. Couple card draws in again, just got the man shield back last second. The flash shield on the drop in there to get drop the recovery frames here, and Poncho absolutely off to the races right now. 1 round away from moving to that winner side top 8 there and getting guaranteed into that prize money. But we've seen Magician Girl before. One of the best Asukas to do it there, getting a great cool conversion with the bouncing Q off the gravity staff. Locked in the corner we go. Keeps it going. Go back on the overhead. Double overhead coming in with that JD and getting that wall stick with the Screamer.
Catching you here. Poncho not gonna have any mana to play with. Magician Girl being crafty with that 5D RC. It's gonna be enough to slam you through with a perfect. Definitely some strong play here. The round start trying to be preemptive with that run up 6p. Magician Girl with the walk back. Gonna come out on top with this pressure. Yeah, Poncho's been blocking a bit here, but he's still gonna have that mana to use here. Magician Girl gonna burst you back, but without that resource, you have to go for a knockdown instead.
Knockdown deep, but get ready for these overheads coming in. See so to use of this slow staff, the gravity working so well for what you are looking to do, getting that bounce as well. This K meaty forces out the YRC here, but the projectile super are going to be able to at least clash through. Takes the sweep anyway, but Magician Girl is bringing us to a game 5. And in the mirror as well. You love to see. We've had so many game 5s tonight, Jeek. It's like these players are absolutely bringing out their A game right now. I'm not sure if it's for the 100. Not sure if it is for the prize pool right now. I'm not sure if it's because these players here are just enjoying some good-ass Guilty Gear Strive. We are in the 2.0 version, or 0.2 if you want to include the, you know, the weird patch we just got recently. But that doesn't really count. And Poncho says, all right. You got me. Time to bring out the bring guns. You triggered my trap card, and it's the Zato and Eddie on deck.
Yeah, Poncho definitely having a lot of tools on that belt to potentially pull out here. This Zato definitely probably one of the stronger ones. Magician Girl, though, you know, maybe this is something she's, you know, probably a little more used to, right? Okay, it's Poncho on the Zato. I know what this plays like, potentially. Already looking strong, I gotta say. Gonna have her Eddie back here after that air stall. Magician Girl keeping you down with that 6p. Good challenge there on the Eddie. Poncho doing a great job of trying to get around these cubes, but Magician Girl having some great anti-airs to answer back with.
Good again. Right out here, sends out the sharp super at dinner time. Even on block, it keeps him plus. It's Liv his turn here, blocking out all these cubes again, but falls right into a couple cubes. Gains right up here. Magician Girl, she can finish the routing here, get the wall stick. Should be more than enough to move it forward. Indeed, and for the first time in the set here, is now at advantage. One round in her favor. The Poncho finding that great falling option there off of the float. Overhead's being blocked right now, but watch out your toes. Much of a full conversion then here, but the 5D, it comes for us all. Oh, bit of a missed opportunity here. Poncho, I'm not sure if they're looking to get that reset. But keeping Magician Girl stuck in this corner again. Keeps the pressure going here. Has to block all of it out here. 2K2D. Drunker Shade to get the stick. Sends out the Sun Void for that hard knockdown. Eddie is back to say what's good.
Ooh, was able to keep that whip throw safe because the It's a Lot was still cranking, getting the perfect regardless. We're going down to the last round here. So many game 5s in these pools. These players saw the prize pool and said, I need to get up into that top 8. Magician Girl trying to keep you back here. What a great answer. That 6P. Magician Girl having to spend the burst.
D here. Poncho's working their way through. Magician Girl on this defense here, able to block out long enough to get that mana shield back. So a little bit tankier right now. But still stuck in the sequence again. No matter how tanky you are, blocking out the Zato Mist can be incredibly tough here. The roar may not always be high, but the mix is very potent here. Dinner time coming through again. Screamer sends it back to full screen. Also working out pretty okay for Magician Girl here. Poncho bursting out. They're trying to let her get any more mana than necessary. Frog keeps it held down. 2S to keep the combo going. Stuck into the wall. One more dinner time to do it. And to not only get some wins on your opponent's character, to we're going to have McSmitty on the Axel Low, and of course MacMens on that Anji Mito. And off to already a pretty quick start here. McSmitty, get yourselves off here, kind of keep MacMens at bay. First big hit to get started here. Back to full screen we go. Says you got to figure out how to get in. And now you're stuck in this corner right now. Good try trying to spin. Close, that's going to force out that burst.
And then a well-spaced rainwater there from McSmitty is going to get this counter hit and put you right back into that corner. MacMens on a resource deficit here. McSmitty, I mean, it's just flown out of his pockets, this tension, man. Able to use that RC to close it out with a perfect, definitely a strong round there from that Axel. That was just an Axel round, bro. Shake it off, go next.
That's all you can do, right? You were not able to get around the relay race that the Axels put you through. Are you ready for the obstacle course? Watch your head as you make your way through, but MacMens at least getting McSmitty stuck to this corner here, but a good 2K. But MacMens looking for maybe a potential overhead option here, but McSmitty is just pressing all the right buttons at the right time, and MacMens kind of struggling to find this right conversion to get themselves even started right now. A good far touch place to be. McSmitty gonna do that burst here again, pull it out, but a good IED into that JS here from MacMens. Getting some spacing right now, looking for a bit maybe on the YRC. Good blocking out here from McSmitty again, but the burst can at least put it back to the full screen. Now you gotta play that game one more time. Not a lot of health to work with, blocking out on the overhead, coming out through these staggers. Not finding any connection so far. MacMen holding on tight with that 100-meter.
Ooh. And potentially was trying to call out a 2H press there, but McSmitty going for the much quicker 2P was able to recover in time and then get that anti-air at the very end. Dude, it's honestly impressive to see. Let me see back here. McSmitty trying to catch you with that Rensen no cancel, was already trying to kill you early there with that first 2P. So McSmitty looking for that opportunity from the start. See what we got here rolling to this next match. I mean, definitely an Axel game, bro. Like I said, shake it off, go next. We'll see what we got.
All of us have been filtered at least once or twice by the legendary 2P, 5P from good all Axel low, but MacMen's definitely a player. Be able to figure it out. Maybe you take that first game to kind of get a feel what they need to do in a matchup, figure out their opponent, what their options are going to be, and then fight back. And already getting the first burst out of the way right now. Good 2K2D. First knockdown getting heavy right now. Trying to bait out a reversal option here again. MacMens We decided to press after, though. It was almost so perfect and what we were looking to do, but McSmitty getting some space back right now. Weird anti-air far side. I wonder if I actually would have traded with Winter Mantis option here again, but the overhead not going to be canceled. MacMen being a little bit greedy with the meter right now. Might be regretting it.
Rising JH, oh my god. Yo, this Axel's in the air, bro. Using that RC to keep your Nagihus safe. McSmitty with a good 2K mash, though. Going to be able to secure the round. MacMens, nice job here in the round start. Going to take this Axel down to the corner. McSmitty with a very confident close slash press right there. Doesn't get away with it. MacMen's keeping you down.
Down indeed, but look out for that 2S running on your way in. Seg it out to the throw. Let the projectile do the work for you once again. Keeps the combo going. These 5Ds and then taking advantage of that falling projectile from the butterfly, becoming the bird. MacMen's looking a lot better as we're going into our game 2. Of course, a round apiece for both these players. McSmitty still absolutely in it right now, but MacMen's full burst has to find their way in right now. Hopefully McSmitty gets a little too bored and overextends themselves on the process. The overhead's being blocked out here. This time we were willing to spend the meter to keep the combo going. Immediately forces out that burst from McSmitty.
Oh, nice job clipping with the rainwater. MacMen's holding forward, trying to get that space is what you got to do, man. McSmitty's jailing you back here. I like that air dash air stall. MacMen's clipped by that 5P, having to spend the burst. Still either player's round here. McSmitty trying to build up that tension, getting these special moves cast, these Rensens. I love the Rensen, no cancel. Didn't get that 5P hit, but you did get this corner steal against MacMen's. Gonna put him up against and through the wall with that Rensen.
Great routing here, but MacMen's, unfortunately, for McSmitty, had no meter to work with on the way in. He just got enough there off of that positive bonus at the end to get the YRC. The YRC can sometimes spell the doom for you, but if you just need some space to put out a quick button, McSmitty walling up perfectly well here, not feeling too deterred by this strike throw plan. MacMen's even sneaking in that 2H meaty there as well. Get to be plus, I think +9, I want to say it is here. And in a matchup that a lot of Axel players tend to kind of be frustrated about here, it looks so well contained right now. McSmitty making MacMen's absolutely work for it. It'll have to be a reverse sweep, which we have seen 2 other times tonight. But maybe we can get our third. Maybe we get a turkey in these reverse sweeps right now, or McSmitty can just send MacMen's down to that loser side Shadow Realm. Move on to that winner's finals.
Right now, we're trying to stay healthy. Trying to steal that space forward. It's what you gotta do against this Axel, man. That's how you build meter in this game. Holding that W key. Nice job sitting down with that Rin. Oh, okay, a little too hesitant. MacMen's gets a throw. There was a punish. It means McSmitty was trying to react. 5D is the mix. That's going to be the round here for MacMen's. Some strong play. You were down in the corner. You did have your back to the wall, but taking that space, acting first, paying off here for the Anji.
Definitely showing that they can do it. They have the resiliency to fight back where they need to. Farce is going to connect and force off that burst already. May take a bit of space right now, holding on to those JSs. Closest going to find its connection. The block on the 2K low. Gets spin out here. Pierce's back down to get punished there. Fish able to connect maybe with that extended hurt box. But a good 6P counter hit. Anji, a character who gets such a big reward off of counter hit 6P. The MacMen's showing you the route right there.
Ooh, nice job. Not a big follow-up after that red RC, but you did put your opponent full screen. There's that win con. Oh my god, the up back, just trying to get away from that Fujin any way we can. MacMens does have meter here. You're at least looking to try to take that burst away, but not going to be able to in this round. McSmitty puts himself on the set point.
McSmitty's able to kind of maintain the control. It's been so tough for MacMens to find a button to even connect. Even make McSmitty block for a little bit right now. We're just so mobile right now with this Axel. We're going to catch out the backdash here. Gets a throw. Hold this butterfly real quick. Plus, again, Fujin reset him time. Not ready for the throw. Just to send a message. Watch this quick movie here. Well, I take us to a game 4 and a perfect at that. Has MacMens found the secret sauce, the special ingredient to take out this Axel. But I'll have to do this 2 more times to do it. Only 1 more for McSmitty to move forward, of course, to that winners finals guaranteed top 3, which if you have checked out that prize pool in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, making a good chunk of change tonight. All these players are at this point on the side of the bracket, which is pretty cool. So definitely excited to see who ends up coming out here as we get into our game 4 coming up here. McSmitty up 2-1 over MacMens.
And big shouts to everybody for claiming those codes, and Void for helping making that big push at the end. Everybody claiming those codes and filling out those surveys. There are still the surveys to fill out for Macho. Those add 80 cents to the prize pool. So like basically whole dollars for 1 minute of your time. So would love for you to do that. And you know your players will. Both of them on the screen right now are guaranteed in that prize pool. But you're on the winner side of the bracket, bro. You're aiming for the finals. McSmitty trying to catch you here. Was plus after that rainwater. Got the 2P to stuff out that reversal there from MacMens. Using these tornadoes to try to keep our turn. The FD pushing us back very far after that Ren send. The 2S not getting the clip that we wanted. MacMens fishing with this Fujin. You gotta be careful about that JS, but McSmitty with this hit confirm Red RC will put ourselves back onto that set point, trying to stay on this winner side.
Yeah, MacMens just sending out the fish after, but not able to find a connection. And McSmitty, shouts to them. Essentially finding a hit off the recovery of it there. That's what you get to see very often. But McSmitty has to play a little bit safe, that we of course know that if Anji gets the right hit, it could absolutely spell the end of your round for you here. But MacMens health bar already bleeding, beat up at this point here again. Gonna find the Winter Mans, get connected here, trip you up real quick to send you through the movie, but it's not with these 2 H's right now. I'm taking the point here again. Counter going to come through. Has to burst. You do not take too much damage, but the 2P filtering is following out. Great block on that 5D. Such a far-hitting 5D as well. Back we're trying to maintain this patience as we get through, but the JS is going to find it, and McSmitty holds the line and keeps the Wind Master out of it here, taking it 3-1. Goldlewis to do it. RedIAmNot, of course, taking on Poncho here. Zato extraordinaire, multi-character person extraordinaire, but you gotta bring out the big guns when you fight someone like Red.
See what we got here from RedIAmNot. One thing I was interested in with the new playlist change, good burst, was how often are we going to hear that birthday train now? Because doesn't it shuffle between P1 and P2? Okay. A lot of counter hits here. I'm trying to talk about fun stuff, but we're being violent on the screen right now. Poncho building up that tension, having that full eddy to back us up. Another 5D connection. Going to get the wall break here with the super. Oh, no.
Near beautiful routing, but unfortunately the kid's not able to connect. We end up pressing the bar slash to take our turn back, and Red trying to show you what robbery truly means right now. Poncho able to recover it, gonna likely get this wall stick here. We'll try it one more time. This time we got the cancel. It was almost massive critical disaster. Sinks out that first round.
Okay, that was a fun interaction right there. Macho getting away with murder, but that was only for the round. You got to fight RedIAmNot for the whole set. Good backdash there in that BT. Red keeping up these crush frames. Red RC to cheat your way forward. Aiken, that security, by the way, hasn't full committed. Trying to see if we get pushed back to the neutral, will we have to go into that drone, or if we have to try to catch you with a frame trap BT. Instead, just eventually got you with the raw special moves. Didn't even need that security.
Poncho's like wrist bar was absolutely building in that sequence there. One simple combo was all we needed. But like in this round, Red able to pull out the Skyfish there, equalize the situation, get that hard knockdown, take out Eddie in that process too, and find their way in. 2P checks it, bursts immediately here to stop that, keep potentially that turn going here. But Eddie doing the best to fight through again, trying to send out the frog with the Skyfish despite the low security behind it, able to still get the right option. Blocking out that gold burst here, not pushing out the turn too far. One more hit, will be able to do it. 5D RC, no matter what character, if you got a 5D and 50 meter behind it, you very likely have a high-low available to yourself. And Red taking advantage of that drone, kind of adding that extra layer, something you have to kind of think about, block for, and ends it out with the classic there. Great stuff here, taking a pretty confident first game. Despite that whirlwind of a first round here where Poncho barely cinched it, right? Like, that could have absolutely been, you know, like you did everything right until the last moment. But here we go into game 2.
Definitely a fun set we have on our hands, it seems like, so far. Poncho catching you with these pierces. Getting a couple counter hits. Red probably trying to challenge that. Eddie is going to be able to burst you back. Got that full security drone chasing you down. Oh, dude, I love that Eddie played there from Poncho, actually calling out a potential jump arc from Red. And it looked like Red was also ready for it. So great way to answer that security, but the counter hits here from Red are adding up. One more combo could do it, but Poncho with some air stall is going to get this pressure.
Pressure again, 2S there into the simple summon. Keeps it going here. Tank A to fight out. Good throw tech here again. Actually put Poncho in the corner there with that. Surprising they got the side switch on that jump out here, but Brad just kind of get boxed back in again, and who cares if you're not getting full combos in again. The chip damage alone with this constant pressure keeping going. Like, Red is just kind of not able to fight out. Slingshots their way in with the BRC and the JH, but the multi-behemoth then, the air taunts with the cancels behind him. More than ready to clip out Poncho on the way in. But we still have plenty of rounds to go. A flower slash starter here for Poncho. Everybody's corner again, and it feels like Poncho is just kind of maintaining so much of the pressure until they just drop or kind of get one situation that doesn't go their way, and then Red simply swings back and takes 60% for their efforts. Definitely an optimal Goldlewis, but this character, no slouch in the damage.
Full route right here. The break the law through, but where is the super going? Oh my god, we actually dodged it with that break the law. Had the full charge dust. Red saying I'm ready with that burst. So Poncho not gonna be able to keep this pressure up. Is blocking these overheads. It was like 4 right there, back to back to back. Red needs one more good hit to take you out. You have to spend the burst there. Yeah, you're also gonna face that chip damage. Red with 100 meter. Look out for that burn it down. Doesn't even need it. It's gonna be air dash, air BT. RedIAmNot making quick work of this winner's side, trying to make it up to that finals.
You know, kind of makes me wonder here, is Poncho willing to switch to a different one of these other characters here, or are they just kind of understanding that, no, it's got to be the Zato to do it? And you know, we're finding a lot of good sequences, right? Like, Red is definitely kind of getting boxed in, really kind of having to work hard to get around some of his neutral aspects, but all it takes is one behemoth connecting. And it's lights out for Poncho, though. Sticking with the Zato, this would be the character to do. Would have to win 3 straight, move on to that winners finals, get the chance to fight out McSmitty, who's waiting for their opponent there. And Poncho getting ready to work to this corner here again. Drops it early to see if they can bait out any kind of burst option here. But once again, it's not about getting these long combos. It's about keeping your opponent stuck in this corner, not letting them get to do what they want to do. The unsummon for the optimal, but unfortunately the unset coming through. Poncho might have had another oopsie in the same right side corner that we saw in game 1. This could be disaster, Jeek.
We do have all of this meter though, and honestly the HP isn't that far off. With this YRC slowing you, I think Red kind of knew that, was willing to spend the burst immediately, saying I want to keep the Zato in the corner. The YRC connecting, but at least you take out the Eddie there. Poncho getting anti-aired, at least it was a trade, but Red catching your head here puts ourselves on the set point.
Yeah, Red looking a little too strong right now in this matchup. Really making this Zato character feel like the low tier everyone thought he was for quite some time, and definitely takes a lot of finesse to be able to make this character work, but when he does, he can feel so unstoppable. The be so heavy. Sometimes the reward is just not there on these bigger characters. One simple clip, you know, Zato, of course, made of paper. But why wouldn't you be when you get to fight with a character that gets to continue to spawn over and over? Poncho, even in up the rounds, a perfect behind it here again. Trying to at least add another, should they their first win in this winner semis here. Red unable to find any connection so far. Double Drunkard Shade as well. I wonder what the approach to the setup is there, but gets a good wall break though. No Eddie meter to work with. The falling JH to get a good counter hit.
BRC drift forward, gets us this follow-up after. Red does not want to face that one, ready with the burst. Trying to save some of our meter with some of those just blocks. Poncho gonna lose our little friend here. 5P jab, gonna keep this Goldlewis in the corner, and after that counter hit PRC, we're gonna secure one more interaction. Red trying to slow it down with the YRC, immediate counter hit. Poncho wants to keep this pressure with the burst.
Oh my god, he's the tank Eddie there as well, absorbing the explosion. Well, the behemoth after the overhead coming through, and Poncho says, no, no, no. You have to work a little bit harder than that to take me out. No 3-0 for you, Red. Gonna get to our game 4 here. Poncho adding 1 to the board. Will we see that potential reverse sweep? Will the silver scrapes be flying high? We'll have to find out as we move forward, though. This is game 4, and you are looking at Goldlewis. You were right enough to take a game. Can you do it again? We'll have to find out.
Coming home here. Nice 6P. Sitting you down. 5D is going to be the mix. Eddie to keep you backed up. Red spending that burst here. But the invite hell through the madness. Dude, honestly, this set, as strong and as calculated as these players are, this has felt like a scrambly ass couple of games so far. Red gonna put you on the corner. The YRC does connect. Poncho's still trying to keep you back.
Following through with that JH here, catching the backdash there. Behemoth on the large man Johnson swinging through, gets the cross up here. Stays same side with the JH. BRC, IBFD to space it out to nothing, gonna able to connect. No big punish here, but at least gets our turn back and a great routing so far. Gonna put Red through this wall. The Sun Void coming through. Get all of that Eddie gauge back. The hard knockdown behind it. Hold this mix here real quick. Overhead's being blocked. Another one coming through. Red stuck in this corner, but one hit is all they need. Poncho, no burst behind it. And some basic routing should be more than enough to do it. RedIAmNot on set point.
Got the momentum in your favor right here. Poncho did just get that last game, but Red with a strong round like that could get you antsy. Gold burst being spent. It's connecting here, so you're gonna have that meter building up for you. Red already sat back down in the corner. A good string there from Poncho. It's going to be the low mix that secures this wall break. Red, honestly, in a great spot, right? Yeah, we have to hold this hard knockdown, but you do have some resources to fight back with, so Poncho's got to keep it tight here. It's going to be that double overhead pickup. Red being sent through again. Going to see, at this point, I don't know if we'll see the burst, but you still do have that tension to fight with.
YRC to get a little bit of our turn back here again, falling there with the air behemoth to get that throw. They coming through again, reset, empty throw. Same side, JH, gold burst to get some space again, feeling the pressure right now from Red. Explosion actually ends up canceling out here. The frog gonna clip out on the Skyfish startup here. Poncho holding on by a thread, no burst meter behind it, but even it out, trying to stay in the set. Of course, Red one round away from moving forward, but Poncho absolutely making them work for it.
The 5D connects. Corner swap combo here for Poncho. And with that burst that we spent in the last round, that did kind of hurt. You know, there was a little disadvantage there technically, I suppose, but we're almost having it completely back here thanks to that positive bonus. Red clapping back. Got you in the corner. The flex shield going to push you back, so Poncho trying to spare that meter if we can.
Spared indeed, with the health bar blinking again. Red sitting pretty good right now. 2K wall put up. We started to BRC forward, spent the meter just to give Red a chance to be able to fight back here, but taking the tank Eddie out for one more spin. Tries to do it, but the 6P was ready to meet the float, and Poncho trying their best to be able to slow down.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, and of course, there's a girl not running her usual color right now with the battle of the orange here. Oh my gosh. Macho absolutely reading the book right now and saying, hey, I know when you're going to be spending that burst. Backdash going to get caught there by the rock spell. I think it's the free knockdown off that 2D. Tries to delay out. See if they're going to try to look at Eddie cancel. Backdash with that close slash here. But I have definitely not seen a whole lot of BRC shenanigans off of that close slash there for. But another one again. Not the back-to-back shimmy. Macho absolutely showing that Magician Girl is more than willing to protect that throw. He could be your demise here. The armor has been broken. The super is being set. It might be enough to do it. Not quite here, but a good chunk for here. And you are knocked down. And Macho had half mana, more than enough to do it, but says, hey, hold this throw real quick.
I love that slow pull up and then get the throw after. Always a little bit of aura. Great challenges there on the cubes, by the way, from Macho. No way. Gets the meatball connection. Baits out the burst. The short jump gets a throw after. Oh my gosh. Another one as well. Macho looping these throws in this corner. Oh my gosh. Magician Girl going to be going through the wall. Macho, no mana, but 100 meter.
And what great utilization, of course, of that staff, right? Which also affects the jumping of Asuka as well. So getting access to this shorter hop kind of changes out, like, you're like, maybe the timing or thing you're looking for. Like, obviously, you're likely aware of this being a setup, but having it done to you is so different when you are applying it to others here. So really good stuff. Macho looking absolutely commanding so far, but Magician Girl just needs to find the right combination, fight back in the appropriate way with these cues. But I feel like Macho right now is just winning more so off of reading Magician Girl than necessarily playing the matchup better.
Off that counter hit, was willing to spend the burst, and I want to get looped around here with those spells. Both players, man, just a couple spells in, we're already going to go It's just going to be these Asukas hitting each other with the coats. Both slashes keeping in the corner, going for this BRC. Oh, no F Shiki, but it's going to be a throw. Maybe it's Macho's time to get throw loop. Nope, we're going to mash out. Getting a chance to go back to that mid screen.
Too deep. He finding the connection here, but the super going to take out, beat out any of the projectiles again. Both players trying to space each other out with these jump backs. The ice stick here again. Oh, does not continue the situation. Get the count pickup. Magician Girl to get that throw off of the PRC. Ends the turn safely, of course, access to that you know, newer spell that Asuka has now. When you have no mana or a missing card slot, get this special little, you know, white projectile. I believe it's like -5, -6 on block here. Magician Girl navigated so well here, not feeling deterred from that first game, and takes the first round. A little bit of a longer round. Game 1 was pretty damn scrambly between these two. Trying to see a little more slow down right now, but a good 6P. The 6P to actually fight through the cubes and get out our own here. Macho absolutely showed that they do understand what they got to do in the matchup.
Gonna be getting this meter back. 100 tension as soon as your mana's full as well. Gotta be a good feeling. But that 5D connection, Magician Girl, not gonna let you start with those resources. We'll put you down the corner, has our staff applied, gets this pickup after. That's the thing, man. You got the staff, but you only got one spell, so you got to make it count. I got to say, she's doing so right here. Gonna get a wall break. Macho with so much to use on this other side. It's only a soft knockdown. What do we have?
What we have is having to hold these projectiles here. Not able to find the connection. Blocked out the burst, but the 5D able to find it. Sends out the Swords of Revealing Light. Says, hold this real quick. And the 5D to able to do it here. Magician Girl wasn't just talking a big game. Definitely shows that she understands what she needs to do in some of these spots, right? And, like, you're going to lose matches. You're going to lose, you know, games in Guilty Gear Strive. This is a high, volatile game that can be so quick and so scrambly at times. But being the controller of that chaos can take you so far here. And I cannot wait to see how the set goes longer. Magician Girl can show us why she is more than comfortable with playing this here. A battle of cubes. They're meeting halfway. Which one will reign supreme? The green cube right now showing so much value where for so many of these like middle hitting spells, that middle cube will get clipped, but the upper and lower one will still able to connect more often than not.
You're gonna start watching your head if you're Macho. I'm looking at Magician Girl's cards here. After this throw, there could be some overheads coming. There's one. You still got another in the back pocket. Hey, and it doesn't have to be the spell. It's just going to be the 5D. What a weird overhead, by the way, with the particles coming from the ground like that. Macho, nice job blocking that meatball. Going to be able to go for this super to push you back. Magician Girl doesn't get a chance to shuffle her spells, get any mana. Trying to 6P it down. Not enough to kill thanks to that defense from the mana shield. Macho trying to get away with murder here, but it's going to be that empty card kill. Good stuff, Magician Girl.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny seeing both them send out a blue cube round start and just immediately seeing both cubes evaporate immediately. But Macho, still a little bit of the winds changing right now in the set so far, but these Magician Girl stuck in this corner right now. Gets the back space again, sends up super. She's gonna have to block it out here. Well, so often Asukas are so comfortable with maybe taking some mana regen or a couple card draws here, but Macho very comfortable with moving forward, using these normals here from Asuka. Try to catch Magician Girl sleeping here, but a good 5D RC again. Great routing and get a bit of our mana back. We're still losing the match back. Here we go. Full deck of cards right now. But Macho just trying to find their way in. Good tech on that empty JP into the throw. Super coming through. We're able to jump right over it again, but we are not ready for the raining meatballs right now. We did not watch the sequel.
Looking cloudy with all these spells. Macho keeping Magician Girl here in this block stun. Nice job, and baits the burst after. She's going to be getting another game here on the board. Despite being low in that HP, despite Macho trying to pull up with that pressure. Stays it cool, keeps it on top. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe she does like this mirror. She was saying that in the chat. She's feeling pretty good about it so far. I mean, both players have been showing off, putting up quite a show. And we still got more to go. See what's going to happen in this game 4.
I see you with the cloudy, by the way.
Yeah, hey, thank you. Thank you.
There we go, y'all. Game 4. We're having an absolute blast here at the Jeekly 100. I hope all of y'all are too. Sound out in the comments or in chat right now if you are loving what you're seeing. You're seeing two of the best card slingers to do it right now. Magician Girl, of course, a bit of a moment there. Both players are taking a bow in front of each other, saying, hey, I like the way you pilot that deck here, but Macho putting Magician Girl through this wall. Hard knockdown, no mana shield, so a big chunk of damage on the way in. But the overhead keeping it meaty. Did not have the ability to cancel it after we didn't quite have the mana for it here. And Macho finding that quick cancel in a very quick first round there. Only 20-some seconds there in essentially a matchup where very often you are getting kind of slowly weighing down here. Magician Girl has to burst out to get some of this pressure off him. But Macho, all the spells are connected.
Trying to frame trap use some of these spells. Magician Girl with that jump back JS. Macho feeling the pressure, spends the burst and gets an air of our own. Wait, does this break the wall? Oh my god, had a chance off of that tumble to get new cards while still breaking the super. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Magician Girl showing you right back, saying, hey, I can eat those projectiles. I can get my pressure established. We're taking turns out here casting spells.
It's a good anti-air though with the close slash on that falling in. Falling down with the Screamer, Magician Girl. Macho waking up with the super again, trying to block out any of these projectiles. Magician Girl, of course, only has access to the one yellow cube behind it, but no more mana to cast anything else. It's going to be all up to these normals to be able to show anything right now. Macho not taking the bait, holds the space out of here again. Magician Girl bet it all on a throw that never even came close to happening. And would expect nothing less here from these two card slingers. We are getting a game 5 here. And despite Macho not really enjoying the matchup right now, a lot of aspects of how they are navigating the neutral when they are sending out these ball supers to fight back through some of these return projectiles from Magician Girl. An incredible exchange where both players seem to really understand what they want to do and be comfortable with these odd scenarios that happen after it. Like these round starts have been so often cubes traded with cubes, and then what you choose to do after affects the entire outcome. These players are looking damn good and baiting out plenty of throws in the process. Magician Girl starting to fall apart right now.
Oh no. You're rooting for Magician Girl. Let her hear ya. Macho looking good, getting pushed back by that YRC, getting slowed down for a moment, but only for a moment. As he walks up, secures that perfect, trying to get ahead in this mirror. A quick 5k to start the round. Magician Girl holding up back, getting stuck in this corner, does block that overhead, but tries to take her turn back on that close slash. Macho secures another wall break.
Knockdown. And I love it again. Macho with these shimmies here. The Magician Girl took the bait quite a few times here, so Macho feeling the confidence to keep on doing it. Of course, you kind of end a bit of your pressure sequence a little bit early though, but these blank spells still finding a little bit of semblance. They get that hard knockdown, of course, with that icicle into 2D. YRC get a bit of space again. Magician Girl, not the best spells for fighting full screen right now. These Screamers can absolutely help clear, but able to fight connect again. Gold burst coming through, gets time to get the full regen to come out. One more sequence again, but so much health to cut through it now. Macho, damn tanky again. Plenty of mana to work with here. Get the hard knockdown from Richard. Macho gonna have to guess here on this wake up.
All on that multi-hit low. We do have that mana advantage. Oh my god, the 5D PRC to catch you with the throw. Macho fighting through the cubes with that 6P. Gonna have a super. Magician Girl's gonna be recovering. Oh my god, she air stalled and went over the super, but it wasn't enough. Macho still finishing that round. What a great way to finish. It's gonna be the orange Asuka moving on.
We're gonna have Johto here, GSL on that Leo White Fang versus Mouqui, of course, on the Ramlethal. And these are both incredible players here. Johto, an incredibly fun Leo to watch, and very aggressive, very confident in these button presses, and off to the races right now, only 7 seconds in.
Yeah, this is definitely a set that you want to go back and watch at EVO in winners finals. Nitro versus Red Ditto. Johto and Mouqui doing a little bit of an encore of it right now for you. Good job. Blocks the cross through, but tried to press on that back turn S. Johto goes for the reset, and it pays off with that round win. Felt pretty close to a perfect. Mouqui got some licks in and looks strong here as well with that 2S counter hit.
Gonna watch that screen, but Johto taking advantage of that incredibly strong, that Leo 5P. Damn new dude here, everything for him, but definitely a tool he kind of needs when it comes to a lot of his functionality here, and actually spaces out the deflect shield with the Leo's hop is again. OTG super, more than enough to do it. Before I even had a chance to close that thought, Johto closed that first game. A damn near speed run here as well, but you're right, like Mouqui found a couple kits to get, keep ourselves believers here, but like you could just tell, man, like when Johto is piloting this character, they are having the time of their life.
Yeah, they really make him look fun, I gotta say. It's the king, he looks broken because he is. But aren't you guys having fun watching it, man? The way that Johto goes for these resets, the way that he fishes for these counter hits, it looks strong. Now, Mouqui on the counterplay right back, it's just as exciting to watch. You saw it was very exciting seeing that round start here, trying to get that 2D. Mouqui going back, trying to call out that guard point. Johto going to get this meaty cross through. Mouqui doesn't want to hold that back turn, is ready with the burst. And now this Leo can have a hard time of getting out of that corner.
Stuck in the AR here, trying to send out the boom to be looking at a bit of space here, but the DP gonna fight their way out. Takes Berserker Slash real quick, crosses through, a little too empty there on that. Mouqui ready with the throw, but the double flip, we saw that earlier as well. Mouqui more than willing to spend it with the double throw with the RC behind it. Simple jump in here, but find the crossroads that they need. It's the turbulence to come in again. Resets one more time. One more mix to come through. You better guess right, or this round will be the end of you. But no sword to have to be challenged. Johto slides in and has nothing to worry about. Sword still was recovering from the early spend here. Mouqui pressing the right button, but didn't have the big metal thing behind it.
Okay, nice counter hit confirmed on that 6K, and had the tension after, was watching Mookie's blue burst, got a back turn H after the empty hop monkey flip. That's GOAT right there. Jotofied getting another game on the board.
Is this how I sound when I'm casting a Biking on screen? No, I'm kidding, dude.
Love Mouqui, by the way. No bias. Not trying to show any bias.
No, I can't. Like I said, Johto, like, as someone, I enjoy fighting Leo, but my character does pretty okay into him. I have to say, like, Johto is someone, when you watch play this character, you can tell they want to utilize every aspect of this kit to push this character to the brink here. And having the aura of running that color 1 Leo, definitely have to embody the character if you want to be the best to do it. The aura's coming through, the burst to get it off. Mouqui trying to get a bit of air right now, and Johto not letting them come up. The traps have been heavy. Safe side keeps it with the back turn S again. What a forward in the JH to get the side switch too. I have not seen that one yet, but if there's someone who's going to show it, Johto is definitely the player to do it. 1 round away from a pretty fast 3-0, but this is Mouqui, the Ramlethal. Definitely one of the strongest right now on this character, but just not able to quite find what they're looking for. Great JD on that rock, though.
We're keeping you here in the corner. The flex shield, a great way to try to buy some of that distance, but already committing to the back turn H, was able to cross it. Trying to press here, but that monkey flip gets a counter hit. Johto going to get one more knockdown situation. It's a hard one. You got the tension to try to make it tricky after, and with the BRC dash cancel, sees the YRC startup. going to be able to finish this one off 3-0. Our first one here in top 8.
We are moving through our next set of our losers quarters right now. Of course, we're going to have MacMens here, who did get sent down to losers by McSmitty earlier, taking on Macho, of course, on that Asuka. And right now, MacMens already having Macho stuck in this corner. Burst has already been spent right now. You got to do a bit of guessing, but a throw is a great way to fight yourselves back.
You got your re-stood in the corner, securing this break. MacMens trying to spin through these cubes. You got to be careful about those projectiles. If MacMens is willing to commit to that dance through, Macho catching you eventually with the throw. Gonna sit you down here. Staff applied 100 meter as well, but MacMens slowing you down with that YRC.
On the overhead here again. Jumps in the JP. No, was close enough though. Pokes out with the 2D. Actually to keep the sequence going here. Macho stuck in this corner again. We see it time and time again. MacMens so comfortable at using the second hit of the projectile, working with that 5D, but cancels their way right into the loving arms of Macho. Gets the throw, but a 2P mash there stops Macho in their tracks.
Trying to commit some of these forward advancing movement. Macho keeping back these projectiles. Once you run out of that projectiles, then you got to secure the knockdowns. MacMens with that back to the wall was willing to spend the burst. Macho in a great spot here. About to build 100. This box string's going on forever. The 5D whiffing the PRC to keep yourself safe. A throw to secure that knockdown, trying to keep the pressure up.
Here's you guys get a little bit more plus. Hold on here again. Hold the screamer real quick here. I got a meatball for you. Get some of that mana back though to keep this pressure going. MacMens has to watch to get some space right now. Takes the 6P counter hit, hard knockdown. Fights out here, screams on through. God, remember we played a version of Guilty Gear where Fish was plus. I'm sure the Anji players definitely miss and remember it, but good routing so far. Macho gonna have to burst though. Your health bar is absolutely in danger, but doesn't run deep enough though. The throw gonna be punished against here. MacMens, one more good hit with the meter behind it. Able to connect there with the Fish after, but not getting a full combo. Good tech here. Rolling through. Time is ticking right now. Ass cancel into the falling. Macho, great utilization of their meter. Keeping themselves safe there. Takes us to a round 3 here of our first game between these two.
Sending you down with this throw here on the start. MacMens not afraid to block, but getting caught eventually. Putting out that BRC, that burst rather. They get, oh my god, that 2D. I always forget how far away it hits from. Macho reminding me. 100 tension, full mana. Okay, well, there it is out space. Great stuff. MacMens taking advantage of that one with this far slash.
Great tech again. Spinning on through. We get through both levels of the cubes, but they canceled early, so in case we had to block after. The 5D was ready, though. The mana, extra mana brought back. Be able to cast one more spell here to go through. Goes with the empty spell, but not able to get a kill here. Anji a little too tanky. Gotta be careful. One hit would be all we need. 6P is able to connect, fight through the Screamer. There is the burst. Back to full screen you go. The IADJS able to connect. No mana shield quite yet, though. Comes out at the last second. Gonna keep you alive. 2 to keep it plus again. But a fuzzy 2P stops that 5D intensive. No, no, no. No fitting in that quick little high block there. Macho ready with that strong Guilty Gear defense. Figure out your fuzzy mashes. Stop your opponents from doing the fake stuff. You love to see this level of Guilty Gear here. These players, of course, wanting to fight closer and closer to get to that higher chunk of the pot. Over $200 if you walk out of here in first place right now. Incredible turn of events here for what we have for these players to show off their best. Guilty Gear try to show us what 2.0 has to offer. And a gold burst right now, keeping Anji bouncing around here as best they can. Block these cubes real quick into the low. The ice cube coming out, gets the knockdown. Multiple overheads, fuzzy wuzzy.
Got some throws here. MacMens finally getting something started with that first counter hit. Macho feeling that throw coming, was ready with attack. Good block on that overhead, but the second one comes out. Now these cards are a little funny here. We're going to see if Macho gets a good chance to use them, but after that whiff throw, Mac Going to bring you here to that center screen. Macho is something you're going to have to be careful about when it comes to those fuzzy matches we just saw in that last round, so you can't get too much of a gap. Macho starting this off though with that first backdash. The parry, able to connect from even that far away, and the damage was crazy because that shield was still gone. One more hit could do it here for MacMens, but Macho not going to let you have it.
Yeah, 2 screens to work with there. MacMens feeling that they want to get this round. One simple connection to AoE need, but no mana behind it, but no mana needed. Dumps the bucket of water on the floor and drops the sign, says slippery when wet. MacMens tripping their way, dropping in this first round here. Macho absolutely maintains so much control, and MacMens just kind of struggling to find their way in, and we're getting some really good hits here, but just the level of defense we're seeing from Macho, it just looks so strong and so comfortable at pressing some of these light buttons here. Like, it almost feels like, who cares if he has mana or not? Macho's looking so ready in the space we're holding right now. MacMen's not sure when to press.
Catching with that 5k frame trap. Macho building up almost 100 here. Going to spend 50 of it to secure this hard knockdown and put you in a spell situation. And with that mana getting low, all we had to do was actually secure the throw at the end. And with the perfect, Macho is bringing us to this game 3 with a substantial lead. Looking strong on the wizard here.
Yeah, this is looking tough, and you know, MacMens has definitely shown able to work around some of these options again. But oh man, that the low gravity into that jump just looks so funny, like the short hop. I feel like I'm watching a little bit of Melee right now, but I have to see if MacMens kind of right the storm right now. We're just like struggling to actually properly fight the cubes, and despite even some bad hands here, Macho's still finding a way to come out on top. A lot of these interactions here, just, you know, very comfortable in when they want to spend, not kind of over-indexing on some of these fuzzy matches or throws. But there we go, fight through some cubes already. Immediate burst from Macho to get a bit of space.
And taking our frames with that 2H, the Ren gets blocked, but trying to take your turn back with that delay PRC. That's one of the strengths, right? You block the Anji mix-up, the Fujin, but if they got 50 meter, you gotta respect that PRC delay cancel. But hey, look at that, slippery when wet, like Gkiinz said. MacMen's just trying to run down the halls, but Macho not letting you.
Oh my gosh, another 5D that just goes so far there. Fun coming through here, Macho. With more of a 2S and get a good clip. Block it out one more time. Another 50 behind that. No whiff punish there on the Fujin, which I don't blame you. It's so scary to want to press into Anji until you're certain. No meter to keep it canceled going. Hold this mix real quick. Multiple overheads. Blocked out the second one, but no of the full conversion. Low on cards. No spells behind it, too, other than, I think that's the reshuffle there. Got the mana back, but it's so hard to fight back there. Asuka, a character going through many changes. One thing that has not changed, if you draw a bad hand, you're going to have a bad time.
Oh, 6Ping right through those cubes. Gonna burst you back though, trying to get a chance to cast those spells. MacMen's just pressing right through them. If you're comfortable about stringing through those cubes, then the Asuka really has to change their zoning patterns, if they even have the privilege to, depending on what cards they get. Oh, nice job catching the startup of something there. Macho throwing you down, catching your toes as well. MacMen's just trying to get up out of that corner, but oh my god, yeah, I'd be bursting too. Macho getting a clip here and counter hit as well, putting you right back.
It just feels like MacMens wants to turn back so badly, and we're just kind of like, you know, and at some point, of course, some stuff is going to be fake here, but hey, speaking of fakes, this is YRC safe, buddy. Holds it out, no meter cancel again, and now we're seeing that mind game right now that you get as the Anji player. So comfortable having the meter behind it, get those delayed 2S's, don't need to spend it every single time. Despite the mana shield, the multi-hitting super is enough to put a game on the board for MacMens and prevent the 3-0 from Macho here. We have a set on our hands right now. We'll have to see if MacMens can take us to that illustrious multiple game 5s we've had tonight. But this is Asuka, a character who will constantly keep you guessing. Do I know this matchup? Do I pay attention to what cards my opponent has? Can I 5P this? Can I 6P through and cancel? You have to have these things kind of at the ready. 4-fob or heck it. Just sometimes send your face in and see what happens. But I mean, you can tell Macho wants it. The Macho's so comfortable. It's going to interact again with the meatball, a little bit too spaced as well, not able to find the right connection. Blocked out this time. Good 2P press and punish here. MacMens looking on fire right now.
Yeah, with a great start, but Macho with just enough mana to get some spells cast. MacMens feeling that pressure, spent that burst. I like how Macho actually went for like a spellless string right there, but still secured some decent corner carry. Did go here. MacMens will have some tension to fight back with. It's going to be the air dash catching Macho off guard here. 50 for the 5D RC. And one more bit of mix potentially, but there's that match there on the 5D again. Macho really good about that.
Indeed, yeah, Goldlewis coming through, not even getting much of a conversion other than the Screamer after. Faces out the far side. Even if we're able to connect the extended hit frames, that super is still going to go off here. Macho on set point to move forward to that loser semifinals. But he'll have to do it one more time here. MacMens definitely showing a lot of resiliencies here so far, with that health bar starting to drain. Almost has their burst meter back, but no tension to speak of right now. Oh, and the worst things happen, but no full punishment for the mana regen instead. Definitely working very far, but Macho spells not looking the best right now. MacMens definitely has a chance.
See what we got here. A throw to put you down in the corner. Quick shout out to Logan for that raid, homie. I appreciate you, man. Y'all are watching Guilty Gear Strive, Jeekly 100. Macho just got this burst back. Will he use it, though? MacMens with 100 tension can try to get something started, but the whiff there on the throw, and we got the Guts Crush to follow. No, actually just going to hold on to the tension.
Yeah, could have done that extra cancel that Anji could take advantage of, getting the 3 extra hits in during that super, but still finds the meaty to connect. MacMens keep themselves in the set here. Definitely has a chance to see that burst bar again, but we'll have to play this absolutely correctly. Macho still has the ability to do it here. Almost gets that mana back. Spells are almost at the ready. Quick View Q come go. Short hop in. Almost going to come out here. Green Q gets spun through here one more time. The bouncing yellow coming in again. Knockdown coming through. Multiple overheads. Macho running a clinic right now, taking such a good advantage of this gravity staff.
And with this jump in, Macho's keeping that pressure up. A counter hit as MacMens trying to press away. Delaying that burst has to not get it baited, but you're catching your toes here. Good block on that 5D, but the counter hit close slash. Frame trapping MacMens here. Macho moves on this loser's side with a perfect to finish it off.
GSL Johto on that Leo White Fang, y'all. Let's get to it.
Honestly, this has got to be one of the most fun zoners to fight as that Leo. Coming in with that 236S, that lariat to keep you down. Good just box here from Poncho. Does not want to have this king in your face. Try to go for that 6K, but a great answer back with that 6P. Poncho really bruising it out here despite being on the mage. It's going to be that 2D red RC. Waited for the burst. Poncho wisely delaying it, using these booms to try to cancel out some of those spells. An anti-air of our own, but with the PRC, catches the flip and sits you down.
Being regen here, but getting pretty low. That last card was the final straw. 5P gonna check out. No mana behind it here. Not pushing our turn too much then, but Johto trying to sneak that cross through. Gonna get thrown for their troubles, but DP's to fight out one more time. Back to mid-screen we go. And it's raining cubes right now, but we're blocking the appropriate overhead ones. Dash blocks coming in here from Poncho to take some space again. But Johto, another right hit out here. This is Leo on defense right now. Quick RC to come through. Gets the wall stick. It should be more than enough to kill when the mana bar breaks. It is Johto. Bit of a rough going there to get ourselves started then, but finds what the round they need. Off to the races right now. But great IBFD here from Poncho in some space.
Yeah, the IBFDs from Poncho have been very good. Gotta give it back to Johto, though. Finding a lot of frame traps here with these 6Ks, weaving them in, and look, has not missed any of these HDP routes. That was a neat interaction right there, trying to keep that close slash pressure after. Poncho checking you with the 2P, found the gap. Johto wants to keep the pressure. I love going immediately into the back turn with that burst. Oh, unfortunately couldn't show you the back turn D through all the cubes. Poncho coming out on top, baiting that DP, and with this full charge dust, it's going to get an optimal punish here. Not going to be enough to kill still, though. What do we got here with this 50 tension?
Oh no, we try it again. but no break on the man shield until after the last hit happened, so did not end up dying here, but we don't have a lot of life to work with. BRC's forward, finds a gap through, gets a 2D to get the knockdown, but sends it forward with that 6K after. It's raiding Qs one more time. 5G gets blocked here. Jotofied, great defense so far for going through. It's a backdash there on the cross through. Not able to stop it from happening. Poncho with a little chunk of life left and some great defense. Keep themselves here in this first game.
That was some big awareness there from Poncho. Jumping over the throw as well. Very aware, this Asuka here. Joto trying to sit you down with that close slash. Gonna be the back turn. H catching you off guard. And that's gonna be a lot of damage, bro, with that shield just breaking. Poncho not in the best spot here. Does have some tension to play with. Joto's gonna have to build back up that meter. Oh man, when you cross through your opponent and they pick the flex shield, the grin on Joto's face, man, I can only imagine. Being able to cross through the flex shield, put right beside your opponent, the world is your oyster. Joto finishes off game one.
You know, this is a Leo to be absolutely feared. I'm curious to see if Poncho switches it up at all. Yep, there's the Zato. Of course, the character, you know, that I first came to know Poncho on. Definitely an impressive player. Any character they pick up. Also was playing that Unica for a while. But looks like we're going back to old tried and true here. I'm kind of curious if it was like an idea where aspects of Zato Leo just feel absolutely not worth it to try. But when you are at this level against a player of this caliber, such as Jotofied, definitely have to make sure you bring your best right now. And the Zato could be the one to do it. Great 2K into the Eddie pickup here. Heading up here to get the Sun Void to go through. A good chunk of damage despite the starter here. Poncho looking so much cleaner right now on the Zato.
Definitely keeping this pressure up despite the Eddie being gone. There's that counter hit 2D. Joto's been getting a lot of those, I gotta say. Nice job. Stancil throw is going to be the mix. The cross through to catch you off guard. Back turn H. He does not get off of you. Poncho still feeling good about this round. Dances the Eddie around the booms, which is looking good. But Joto closing the distance with that PRC. The Rising JS finishes this round. What a great air-to-air there from Joto to catch Poncho out of the skies.
Yeah, a little tough for Poncho now going into this next round. Not a lot of meter to work with again. We'll have to take at least a positive bonus to likely be able to find our way back into it. It's a good throw, though. Bit of delay here, but has to go back on the defense again. Eddie not quite back yet. Here we go in the flow, following with that JH. Keeps it safe there. RC up to keep the combo situation going. Will Joto be willing to spend it right now? Not able to find the hard pick here. Deep into that 2K. DP to fight back out again. Do we chase it out? The JD to find a way through. It is so hard to chase this Zato character unless you have someone who can really take off into the skies. Trying to get the dash up into the throw. Deep run in, taking advantage of those drills from Eddie to keep it burst safe here. Poncho with a great answer back here, taking us to round 3.
Able to get through this cross through. Block that first back turn K, but you gotta look out for that second one. You gotta look out for, you know, and the third and the fourth and the fifth one. They come out quick. With this hard knockdown, we're gonna keep it simple with just that meaty close slash. Poncho trying to get this Eddie to fight through here. It's gonna be the cross through. Good mix situation here for Poncho. Can we keep it going?
Holds it on through, gets the throw into the pickup there with the active tank Eddie activation. Good chunk of damage as well. Finds delay out of here. It can be so tough to anti-air. Gets 2D on the hard knockdown. Gets the guarantee activation, of course, on that Eddie pickup here. 2D gonna come through. Trying to keep burst save with the 5Ps. Not able to find the right connection here. Tank Eddie moving forward. The delay dash canceling here from Poncho to try to keep it burst safe, and then simply giveth and taketh there. Leo DP, the great equalizer, finds that hit, and oh man, Joto did everything right there to try to bait out that burst, but not able to find the right time to do it there. Simply answers the problem with the simple answer that is S. I'm not gonna try to say the word in German here, but shouts here to Joto, making Poncho work for it. It's looking pretty damn close on the Zato here, but not quite able to slow down what Joto wants to do here.
Trying to make it start here with this back turn P. Good match there from Poncho. Willing to take those risks against this back turn Leo. You gotta put the 8 behind bars, man. You gotta keep it down. Poncho's trying to right now. That flash kick though, taking away Eddie. Nice job. Invite held to sit you back down. Jodo, patient, went for the 5K, not the meter spend. Keeping it here all the way until the wall break. In fact, no, actually we're gonna go for a full 100. Poncho, gotta be scared of this.
Able to chase up with that JS. That full combo again. Coming through 6P, able to stop the fallen JH this time. There we go. Sends out the super here. Jodo 1 round away from moving forward to that loser semis. Get the opportunity to fight Macho. See if we have what it takes to stop this card captor again, but Poncho doing their best to stay in it right now. So not quite out here again. They've an odd situation there where the drills ended up actually hitting Leo after the invincibility ended from that wake up DP. Poncho back on the defense here again. Back turn though, we had the parry at the ready. Same through cross through mixer, goes for the throw reset after, gets a hard knockdown, block this mix real quick, breaking the law to get under through. Joe simply gonna jump over again, gets underneath the 5P with the 2K, and actually throws the command grab. Shoutouts to the nerfs here. Just like that, Poncho scoops the deck, says GG's, I'll see you in the next bracket. Jodo taking that 3-0 over Poncho. Keep Red from being able to run their game plan, call out the right jump options with that JD or that Skyfish here. Already off to a really good start there with this far slash, going to be able to connect. Actually get underneath it here again. I love these like micro dashes we're seeing from Red right now. Able to just get underneath that 5P. Ready the burst being dropped here by Red. McSmitty looking on fire to start us off right now. And getting a little bit lucky there. The drone ended right on that fall.
Okay, able to stay safe here. We're definitely just turning this into a matchup where we are wheedling you away from full screen. And honestly, I didn't expect it to go much different than this. McSmitty can't get too greedy when you have RedIAmNot at the mid screen. You have to be careful, especially about those jump JDs. I was just about to say it. Now Red, it's going to be on them to keep this corner pressure for as long as we can. The same side comes out. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's great. And we got zoned out for a whole round. How do you win this matchup into a perfect?
That's kind of the way it is, right? You know, Axel feels like an impossible chore until you make him block once. And especially with that change to that 2K kind of being as, you know, hitting low profile as early, right? It's still like a good button for them to use, but a little bit harder to slam it as an option now on defense. So Axel's kind of having to be forced to play more of that standard as before, that Guilty Gear defense here. McSmitty incredibly good at it, but you can only block for so long before the behemoth's still a little bit too heavy. And Red, despite a very one-sided start to this set between the two of them, looked damn near perfect here. Got a perfect in that second round, and of course, took the round 3, puts the first game on their side. Yeah, we'll have to see if McSmitty kind of has what it takes here to kind of keep Red contained. And, you know, Red just looking very comfortable at kind of taking these small approaches, not kind of over-forcing their hand a little bit too hard when necessary. Very, very important to have patience against this character. Axel will make you regret for trying to slam a choice with not a plan behind it, but no good plan like having your back against the wall against Goldlewis.
Trying to keep him back. We're just going to get that whip punish there on that BT. Did get a counter hit on the start of that second one. Red here trying to, looks like we're at like the perfect spacing, just out of range of these BTs. Gonna be able to buy some space. If you get a chance to pull out that drone like that, then it can keep that Axel from pressing. That being said, McSmitty, yeah, we're close to you, but we got you in the corner. Red, with this first gap we had, found that drone. McSmitty not letting you have it for long. Didn't get that far slash pickup that we wanted. Gonna try to chip you out. No, we're patient. We didn't press.
Patience is key, and it can go both ways in this matchup. McSmitty maintaining what they needed to do. Gonna get clipped by the behemoth at the start of this round 2. We saw this in game 1 though. McSmitty takes a very confident first round, and then Red just kind of finds the appropriate sequence here. McSmitty stuck in this corner now. Double overhead Behemoth, a third one. If at first it don't succeed, try again, especially if you get to keep doing it over and over. So Red, just, you know, what is there to say? Like, if you've been watching online Strive now for a minute, you have seen Red absolutely put on a clinic with this Goldlewis. Only few players have made Red look like they struggle in this game. Otherwise, you have to meet them at their level on the day, or they are going to absolutely have you hurting with this character. McSmitty has a pretty good defense so far here in this game, too. Both players down about half life each here. Full burst, McSmitty. If you do get clipped one more time. But a good throw on the JK gets blocked out here again. McSmitty has a chance.
Let this burn it down, though. Oh, my God. What an interesting answer. I like that. The gold burst to inbone through. Dude, what a crazy answer, actually. Oh, my gosh. And that may be what gets McSmitty this round here. Still not over yet, but with that 2H counter hit, it will be. Wow. Now it's very committal, right? You have to spend your whole damn burst bar because Red spent 50 tension. But hey, if it gets you the round, then it gets you the round. Good stuff, McSmitty. Getting game 2.
Yeah, I love that answer, especially when you're a character where it's like you're not trying to go in anyway. Like, how often are you going to actually connect Gold Burst in a spot that you want it to happen? So utilizing that resource, right? Sometimes you got to spend a resource for a slightly less optimal result. But if you don't have to block Goldlewis, you probably made the right choice in the moment. So good stuff, McSmitty. Showing a great aspect counterplay to that burn it down here. But here we go. We're in game 3, everybody. Top 4. All these players in here in that money right now. Get a big chunk of that pot. Thanks so much, everybody, again, for supporting not only Jeekly 100, but every Jeekly that's happened before. And we hope to see you for all future events here. But right now, McSmitty keeping Red stuck in this corner again. Tries the air dash there a little bit on the leg. Gets caught up by the 5P. Routing goes heavy. Hold this guard crush real quick as I'm right in front of you. Knee tornado. Gets out again. These dash blocks are looking so good from Red. Still has a chance. All it takes is one good hit. And then counter hits a great start.
Oh, I see the start of that close slash. McSmitty committing to that reversal there in the gap. Finds our way through to close out that round. Both players here sitting on full burst. Red trying to take that space, right? You want to do it with the run up 2K, the JD like you just saw. But McSmitty catching on a bit, was ready with those jabs. Red spending the burst to at least get that level 2 security drone. And it's actually paying off here. We got the axe on the corner, but the 2S.
That's again, more slowly working. McSmitty stuck in this corner here. Has to burst to get a bit of space. Again, I can respect that. Be a little bit scary. Oh, we're a little bit worried we didn't have the quite correct spacing there to get hit by that behemoth, but actually did perfectly get it out. Hit right in that attempt. Kind of scaled the combo down just a little bit. We're back in this corner where we started, though. Very spooky. First behemoth block. Second one coming in. Third one to block off the RC. One more overhead to go through. Block this mix real quick. You can't. Too much noise here. Red answering back, bringing us to a round 3. These players, at this point, we are in our winners finals, of course. These players here absolutely playing out of their mind tonight. Let's see who can come up on top right now. As Red works with City stuck in this corner again.
Here we go. 50 in the pocket. Didn't get that 2S link that we wanted. Ah, nice job using that PRC to bait McSmitty in the pressing. Secures the wall break. Still not enough to kill, but you're in a great spot here with that positive bonus cranking. McSmitty going to have to move a mountain here on this Axel. It's going to look good here at the start with that 2S counter hit. No burst to keep it safe this time, Gideon.
Yeah, I have to SD all the way through, and good luck. I think the only other option is you can do, it's a couple of like air IBFDs or air to actually work through it as well. Very hard to do unless it's like a hyper timed thing. And I think it also changes depending on what level burner down it is as well. So McSmitty definitely in a pretty rough situation. Very, very tough mix to hold there. Such a strong tool for Goldlewis to have access to, especially in these zoning matchups, right? Because otherwise, you almost would never have your opponent actually pulling up next to you here. But Red pulls ahead in the set right now, up 2-1. One more game. We'll have them sitting comfy, of course, in that winner's side of grand finals here. But McSmitty, first player to qualify into there from their earlier set. We'll have to see We can get another game 5. We had so many game 5s tonight. I feel like it would fit the mold. Oh, bit of a scary Mantis there, getting so close there, but finding that still that Guard Crush at the end. Red, a little bit surprised by the happening too. It's a bit of an FD. You know, I love his uses of that FD jump as well. Try to change a bit of that jump in timing. But a good punish here by McSmitty. Now you can get a full combo and a good chunk off. But this route here from Red, so optimal.
Hey, McSmitty looking good with this 100, but Red sitting you down immediately. You can't spend the meter and hit stun. It's going to send you through. That you really got to make the most of this right now. Red also having that burst. Could potentially see it. There it is right there. Wants to try to get that level 2 security drone to fight back here. But McSmitty catching you in the air. Not going to be enough to kill here. But the super, is it on the right side? It is. McSmitty going down.
Red, 1 round away from moving forward, securing at least top 2 in that payout. If I was on the loser side, I'd be spooked walking and looking what Red is bringing tonight. Looking so confident in these presses. Goldlewis, an absolute terrifying character in 2.0. I mean, hell of a terrifying for a pretty long time at this point. McSmitty just has to find the proper sequence here. Try to zone out Red to the best of our abilities. So Red just so comfortable picking these right moments. It has such a high health bar to take some chances with. But a good backdash to get caught here. McSmitty in a pretty good reward.
Be back with these JSs. The 2H clips your toes. Red. No, oh my god, that was a neat trick to try to get over that Axel pressure. But McSmitty comes out on top. Another Axel with the raid right now. What's going on, Riot? You're watching winners finals right now. McSmitty trying to hold it down for Axel Nation, but RedIAmNot up a game, looking strong. We'll see who's got it.
Will be tough here. McSmitty trying their best to keep it in here, not to move down to that losers finals there. We would have to potentially win 2 sets against Red if we do drop it here and are able to clear whoever makes it to losers finals themselves. But burst being spent right now. McSmitty having to hold us out. Oh, we've hit the moon though.
Uh-oh. Oh god.
Oh god, please let it be only us. Okay.
Yeah, please just be us. Okay, we're good now. What did you say? We hit the moon? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like it's I don't know. I lost it. I was not sure what's happening. I was like, what's happening?
I thought you were commenting on how
actual inflow coming in heavy, man.
Okay, here we go. We're bursting through right now. One more hit to take it for McSmitty.
Burning it down to hold a couple high lows in there. Good block on the overhead. Toes get clipped, but that's about it. Blocking up the side switch. Backdash taken out here, but Red finds their way in. Gonna have jotofied GSL, a gamer of many names. Pick your favorite, of course, against Macho, the Asuka who has shown us that this card captor can still absolutely cook. No top decks necessary. We just keep on sending spells. Nice 6B, buddy. Not even a wall break, though. Kind of surprising, honestly, here, but holding the space still pretty good.
Man, I'm just now realizing Joto been going through the... Oh my god, the prize pool! Is that right? Holy shit! Yo, ScaryEsq with the fattest fucking contribution I've seen. Bro, I'm gonna have to extend the prize split again. I did not plan for this. Oh my god, ScaryEsq, thank you so much for that contribution. Bro, I don't even know what to say. Ganion, take the mic, bro. Oh my god.
I'm as shocked as you are, man. Hold on, we have a third caster we can go to real quick for this.
Someone get on the mic. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Macho
ScaryEsq, if I can take a sec, I know there's a match playing. Yeah. Good throw. ScaryEsq, guys, unironically has contributed so much to the Jeekly community prize pools. I wish I could get you an exact number. The Jeekly has done $20,000+ in our 100 tournaments, and I would not be surprised if ScaryEsq was close to at least half of that. Thank you so much for that, bro. That is so insane. If y'all like Jeekly, bro, say thanks to Scary, man. Definitely putting the prize pools on his back. Thank you so much, homie. We're watching this set, but real quick, if y'all can say W Scary, there you go, W Scary. That's insane, bro. I'm going to have to extend the price split. I'm going to have to figure out what the price split needs to be. It's got to be at least top 8. Thank you very much.
Absolutely incredible. We love the support that this community gives in all different facets, right? And not everyone can donate like Scary, but we appreciate no matter how anyone can contribute. But of course, these players here, of course, want to put on their best showing. And what better way than to play your favorite game and walk away with some change to get your favorite snacks. Heck, even maybe pay some of those crazy bills that just keep on rising right now. But Scary letting these gamers live out that awesome fantasy of here of being able to make some cash by doing a thing you love right now. Macho holding together, trying to work through jotofied. I mean, good 5P actually stops out on that BRC down. Burst still at the ready for Joto, but we're gonna get a chance to use it right now. Macho holding the space so well.
Okay, trying to see if we couldn't catch Macho going for something cheeky there. Went for that super to try to approach. Speaking of, Macho giving it right back to you. The staff is out. The mana's low. The 6P on that other side is able to go in the back turn, but doesn't get that full combo. Great reaction there from Macho. Piercing to cancel on recovery, react to that air dash, and throw Joto down to finish off game 1. Yeah, I forgot this was game 1 too. Not only was that a long one, I was just talking about, I wasn't even talking about the game at first. Oh my god.
Oh man, love me some Jeekly Friday Night Strive, man. Like, there's no better place to be. These players always bring in some of the coolest tech, the craziest combos of situations, scramble central, and showing us what to do. And of course, all you want people, either you can contribute by watching, claiming codes, being a bit of a goat like Scary, and dropping a fat stack. It's so well appreciated from all fronts right now. We love this community. Love what we get to bring and show here as Macho tries to fight ourselves out here, but Joto not letting them out of this corner. No mana bar to keep you safe. Not enough to kill with no super behind it, but not a lot of life behind you as well. Mana shield, they're going to block multiple and sends the HD people. I love the idea.
Yeah, saying sit down. Oh, and there's the other DP coming out to close out that round. Good stuff there. Joto trying to pull up the nice counter hit. 6P secures this. Hey, Macho gets away from that stancil throw, has the follow-up to keep this Leo in the corner. I like that air dash back, probably trying to bait out another flash kick, but it's going to be the throw here off of that 6K.
One more time. Judy's coming through again. He's right out, having access to this free spell just to cover some of these spots is such a great tool now that, yeah, it's minus, but having a safer way to kind of end your sequences and kind of space your opponent out so good. The boost is coming through here, not able to catch the cross through, but the overhead was at the ready, gets the hard counter hit again, goes for the overhead, 2P to check it out, notified, no one much stuck in this corner, one more to do it, can we get the stick, burst just gets built back last second, blocking out that 2D, but the Fall G is able to connect, gets a counter hit, but the wake up DP says, hold on, hold on. I get a 2 character right now. I am the king.
Oh my god.
Back to the ground. One apiece between these two.
Dude, this is a crazy top 8. It's also not lost to me. We're getting a little late in the night here, guys, but I hope you guys don't mind. Hopefully the prize pool makes up for it. Big shouts to Ruby for that recent contribution here. Cleaning it up, putting us up to a clean 1,000. So many contributors tonight, guys. I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna make sure that you all get your flowers, get your thanks. Thank you all so much, man. I know your players are gonna thank you. I'm gonna have to again, I'm gonna have to update that price, but it's gonna have to be at least top 8 here. Joto trying to get out of this corner here. It does pay off. Macho taking quite a bit of damage, man. Not only is it Leo damage, but with no mana shield also. That's a quick round out here for the king.
Absolutely. Joto not taking the foot off the pedal, and you have to when you play a character like Leo. Has to work kind of hard to get in certain matchups as well. He'll work away through here. Don't come through again, but the 2D actually gets clipped out by the delayed follow-up there. Great frame trap option. Goes for the kind of more delayed mana cancel. Try to see if Joto was willing to press anything off the sequence, but tries to teleport over. It gets still clipped by the H-boom. but 2D traps it in. The 2K was not the only thing coming through. Immediately goes into the overhead off of the low. Oh my gosh, hits him with the left right here again. So we just got into this game and Macho is already at a blinking life bar. This mana shield ain't gonna do much for you if you get clipped by one more thing. Just has to block this out.
Nice job right there. You see Macho trying to fish with those 2Ds, but Joto not letting you have it. Using that boom to kind of cancel out those spells. And what a spit in the face, right? Because you're spending mana, you're spending your cards to sling these spells. Joto's just holding down back. 1S boom is all it takes, man, to delete some of those projectiles off the screen. Looking good here, poised to make our way up to top 3. We'll see what we got.
3 indeed, of course. Said before, prior to getting this insane bump here, all his players are already getting a pretty good chunk of change, but now it's even grown more. Of course, he spreads out a little bit more with the rest of the top 8 at this point here, but both these players still feeling the pressure of this set. Macho's come so close to fight through and look for, but great delay on the burst there. Not to get baited out by Joto, but pretty far from the mana there again. I love that early cancel, ready to get the throw. The DP able to connect again. Facing out 2D one more time again. Keep the cubes rolling. The mana bar almost spent already.
Trying to catch you here with these meaties. Trying to see if we can get Macho pressing. They're patient, but too patient as Joto gets that cross through. The YRC slows down that back turn stance a bit. And now all of a sudden, Macho poised to take the round. No, okay, whew. Didn't get the fart slash link like we wanted, but kept it clean. Finish it off with the spells. Macho getting the first round.
A little bit scary there. We're right through here, but these dashes are going so effective right now. Joto's mix is so good in this back turn. A player like Macho, great defense, but a good safe jump there. Gonna get the punish. They have an early drop, unfortunately, there. Gets to come through. Falls, gets the 2D to be able to clip. Just one more time. We know Joto's very DP heavy. But now the respect has been given. Joe taking a little bit extra turns here. And able to connect the 2K off of the chase. Macho holding the space as well. Good trap into the ice. Back to full screen you go. No mana to work with, but a full hand. If we can survive this out, it's a good spot to be in for Macho. And a great place to get started is baiting out that DP. Immediate burst from Joto. Back to full screen we go. These delayed double jumps working so much magic again. But here comes the super. Hold a little bit of space.
Oh, the shimmy there on Joto trying to throw you. Nice job actually getting another spell out there. Macho tumbling you into the corner, bringing us to this game 5. Bro, these gamers locking in. They said, wait, how much is the prize pool? Yeah, thanks again, Scary. Holy moly. Thank you to all those direct contributors, man. Ruby there, making it a clean 1K. Moving into game 5. See what we got out here. Definitely one of the more fun matchups for Leo to play in terms of fighting against those zoners, and Macho definitely one of the best pilots I've seen here on this Asuka. Good throw, getting things started here, trying to get the cross through. Macho not holding it with the gold burst.
And I don't blame it. Who wants to hold anything when you have no mana shield behind it? But Macho finding the appropriate gold burst to get some space, and again, hard knockdown to go through that wall. Hold a couple spells, comes from the ground, it comes from the air. Where do you get the block? Good throw tech. Really important right now here again. Damn near even life with how quickly Asuka can die with no mana shield behind it. A couple of these 5Ks delay string options just to kind of keep ourselves plus and get the mana gem back again. Send out the super projectile. Macho 1 round away from being in that top 3. We'll have, whoever wins this will have to take on McSmitty, who's looking absolutely unstoppable on that Axel outside of what Red was showing earlier. This will be the one to do. Who will have to challenge Axel? Oh, we get a zoner off. Will this Leo have to show us again another tough matchup and make their way in here? But Macho holding some space right now. Joto on their last bit of health.
5D connects. Red RC to follow. bursting you back. Joto trying to stay alive here, trying to approach. Nice. Oh my god, a great pickup there off of that 5k. Have another 5p to juggle you around. Macho still in an amazing spot here. Look at all those resources. Joto with some signs of life, but will it be enough?
The fight is able to connect. Not gonna be enough to kill. A simple knockdown. What's up the cube? Another Chris out here again. Respects that Jojo's gonna do something to get with the 5k. Gonna actually gonna connect. Tries to follow through with a JD. So if he was at the ready, gonna have to hold the super at least. Keeps him plus. No full repression. 2p to come out. Tries to fight their best sequence here again. Dash blocks in through. Definitely blocking in time. Both players feeling the sequence right now. One good hit up to do it. And the toes get clipped. Friendly in a lot of ways. But here we go, y'all. Losers finals right now. We are in the Jeekly 100, of course. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a super fun night. Some super intense and incredible games here. Off to a great start right now. McSmitty getting a back throw. Put Macho to this corner. Holding a bit of pressure right now. Macho trying to take a little bit of space here again. His Axel but's pretty good at stepping out some of these cues, but they are a little bit heavy on the committal side. So if you're not making your opponent block along with it, probably might be good. But a good ID in the JD there by Macho. Find out, and you'll see it very often in some zoner matchups, how often Asukas love to use these, like, you know, redraw, shuffle kind of delays as well, again, just to kind of stop some of these poke attempts right now. But the reward, McSmitty, despite the mana shield being at the ready, huge chunk of damage on Macho right now, but Macho finding the next hit right now. It seems like on that defense.
5D is the mix. Checking this throw. Nice delay. 2S to catch you, and it's going to be catching your boots here with the 2H. McSmitty looking strong here on that round start, man. Macho trying to get a button press here on the start. Now there's one, I mean, they're both zoners, right? But Macho can have a hard time of trying to get some of those spells cast, trying to do so from the air. But the sickle scoop there, McSmitty. Now we're in the corner. 5D Red RC, Macho building up that tension as much as we can. And with these throws, we're going to loop this corner situation. Nah, but the reversal, Gkiinz.
Finds his way out, gets our turn back here again. Winter Mask catches your toes on the way out. Couple close touch delays. Tornado moving forward here. Oh, actually just played it last second too. Maybe I'm thinking they had the block on the way in. Might have been able to press had they known, but surprised me too. But these JH is getting so much value. McSmitty handles the sickle perfectly there and takes the first game. Saw some great sequences there from Macho as well, but it looked like it was mostly McSmitty all the time. Able to fight through so well here on this Axel. Just like you said before, such an impressive run. And we've seen McSmitty before, time and time again, pull up his Axel and put on some great showing, but they're looking so well-rounded this evening. They have definitely ascended to be able to power this character incredibly well. Maybe it's the perfect storm or just running exactly what you need tonight. Maybe you have the best matchups possible for you, or maybe you're just them, showing that you are one of the best Axels to do it right now. We'll have to see as we move forward right now here. Macho's press sequence keeps it going through the 6K, keeping it burst safe as well. Macho answering back so strongly here in this first round.
Oh, trying to shimmy you here. McSmitty very patient though. Macho there with that cardless spell, but betted on throw. Is going to try to secure this round after feeling like a hero. I'm looking at that tension on McSmitty's side, though. It is building up. You got to be careful about that YOC. Oh, my God, dude. Macho also looking at the bar. Had the same idea. One step ahead of all of us.
Macho, such an incredibly talented gamer. No matter what character they are piloting here. This Asuka looking unstoppable right now, but McSmitty says, all right, you know, you got one. Let's see if you can get another round here to even this up right now. I could definitely imagine McSmitty looking for that rematch against Red, but we'll have to see if Macho else take it out here. I believe, I don't think earlier, I think Red actually Macho played earlier in the bracket too, and Red definitely took advantage of that one here, but right now McSmitty stuck in this corner. Oh, but a back throw. This is the worst case scenario for Macho. Still has the mana shield active though, so be able to survive out on the sequence though. Back to neutral we go.
Gonna be this 5D here. McSmitty knows that that wasn't gonna be a combo to kill, so wisely held on to that burst. very patient here in the corner. Gonna be able to jump over that projectile. Oh, the wall bounce here. Macho pausing on the ground to try to see McSmitty one of the bursts. There it is. Air dashing into the whistling wind. Oh, what was it?
Duel 3.
Two ships pass in the night, and sometimes they crash into each other. Unfortunately, one of the boats was bigger, so good attempt there. Macho played it almost near perfectly to try to be able to get that round, but McSmitty holds the line, keeps themselves in it. Also that JK here again, runs up with the 6P just to say, hey, hold on, talk to the hand real quick. But Macho back to the full screen. He has a full mana bar at least, but has to take this full route here from McSmitty. Just keeps on going again, a good chunk of damage despite that mana shield. Not the best cubes though to take some space right now. Down the high-low, two Screamers to work with. Well, there's the first one being sent out here. Macho so low on the health bar right now. No mana to boot as well. This will be a tough one to do, but a fight to get itself started. Takes the full drain to get the match back. I love this choice as well. You have to play it out here, but the deflect shield into sending out the 2H clips it. Macho was so close to evening up this second game between them, but a well-timed deflect shield. It almost makes you wonder, like, would it have been better for Macho to do essentially like a, a spellless route to break and kind of play more of the mid-screen neutral, but, definitely hard to blame him, right? Asuka needs that mana to take advantage of all his great tools with those spells, but McSmitty is now one game away from getting that rematch in grand finals. Or can Macho hit us with a reverse? We've seen two of them tonight, almost a third one behind it. But definitely impressive to see these players here bringing up the absolute maximum, of course, for Jeekly 100. Love what we're seeing.
McSmitty here. Pressing you back with these 2Ps. Red RC to try to get some distance forward. Hey, starting that whistling wind. Macho catches your startup with that 2D. Gets over here with some of these special cancels. 6P for that counter hit to sit you down in the corner. Nice job fishing out that burst here with that PRC. Macho sitting you down in the corner. The overhead into the full channel. YRC to push you back despite that overhead. Macho sitting you down with this 6P, bro.
The hand just says, hey, you gotta have a quick talk. You're gonna have to hold the space. And I love this Macho here. Only breaking the wall when we are confident it's gonna kill. Why play this weird semblance of neutral in a dual zoner matchup if you can keep your opponent feeling stuck, feeling antsy to get out, and calling out with these options here? Macho playing this so well despite the score. What a showing. Have been incredibly close to putting a game on the board themselves, and maybe this will be the one to do it right now. Macho low on life, but has full burst here. Xfinity has full tension here again. Good back throw. I'll pull it out here. Hold a little bit of guard crush real quick again. Wire to get ourselves off. The 2H into that winter mana slow. The Macho not overextending. Not pressing too quickly here again, but catches the start up there. Off that winter mass here. Shimmies it out with the Q behind it as well.
McSmitty does have this burst. You got to be careful about it. Macho hard committing to the bait. McSmitty delaying it. Oh, I like the answer of trying to 2D through the whistling wind. Doesn't get it there. A great mash on the 5K from McSmitty is going to get this corner stole. The 5 DRC is the mix, and we're going to the last round. Or potentially, excuse me, set point for McSmitty.
That was so good. So often Axel in a situation will go for the empty low, but McSmitty taking it to that next level of the layer. I don't know what layer number we're on this point, but the 5D RC does it. So close here. Macho is playing so well. McSmitty is just inching out these round wins. Can they do it again? Macho wants to keep themselves in it. They want another bigger chunk of that pot here. And a hard knockdown is a great way to get ourselves started. Still has mana to work with as well here. About 2 more spells to be able to be cast before we are out of that mana. Goes for the draw. There's a last spell. Maybe a little bit here. Let's play a little bit of defense again. McSmitty whips out the snail. Not going to get punished for it here again. Super to follow up here.
McSmitty pulling up. Nice tech there on the throw. Macho staying cool here even on defense. McSmitty does have this burst to spend. Goes for the blue, the end, that defense, that pressure rather. Macho sending it back, but no shield here. Red RC, the cheat forward. Great tech on that throw. Catches you on the landing. FD to try to push you back, but no meter left from McSmitty. Good air to air to keep you down, but tried to go for that 2H. Macho with the quick spell closes out that round. McSmitty trying to claw it back. Macho gets our first game here. But oh my gosh. Okay, you got to keep that stamina up from this point. You got to get that momentum rolling here. Macho getting one on the board, and we keep it going.
And what a barmer there. Just caught the hurt box there of that 2H. Not as disjointed as it looks, but great press here. Macho keeping themselves in, of course. There's no 3-0s here. I'm in losers finals for a reason. Top 3 Jeekly 100, and it's off these great defensive presses, these shimmies, the great utilization and recognition of how we need to fight our opponent, keep them locked in, and another 6P. McSmitty pushed to this corner already again. Macho off to the races here. It's a bit of that reset there, close slash into the throw. But the 5D gets some mana back as well. Drops it early again to take full advantage. We have full mana bar. You were stuck in the Asuka zone here real quick. You better guess right, buddy. Whoa. Multiple overheads. 4 overheads getting blocked out from that matter. Great defense from McSmitty here.
McSmitty trying to catch you there with that snail. Macho with, oh my god, just the run up 6P with the Y I oughta. Just give it right to you, man. Crazy stuff. Macho getting this round, just showing me again, say, hey, you meant this move, right? McSmitty keeping you down here, though.
Really impressive stuff. Macho, maybe a change in the winds right now. Doing their best here, run into a few 2Hs on our journey as well. I imagine we'll be saving that burst. Take us into that final potential round here. At this point right now, it's gonna get a little bit crazy. Yeah, like no reason to essentially get your opponent get more burst meter with that positive than necessary. Here we go. Set point here for McSmitty. One more to get that run back. Macho has a chance to take us to that game 5. And on the back of a shimmy is a great way to get ourselves started.
Getting some throws here as well. Gold burst going to give us this meter back to this Axel and gets, oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought we were just going to steal the corner as well, swap the sides, I mean, but it was the same side setup from McSmitty, able to stay alive here despite that rainwater connection because of our spells, but the shimmy with the rainwater, McSmitty going to take away your shield and send you through. No, the JH not connecting.
Hope I'm going to get the throw. That should be enough to do it. McSmitty takes it after an incredibly close back and forth. Our last set of the Jeekly 100. This is grand finals, y'all. Winner side, RedIAmNot on that gold. Lewis Dickinson. McSmitty coming from the losers. Has to win 2 sets here on this Axel against the Secretary of Defense. Good luck, buddy. You're gonna need it.
And this is McSmitty's best run in the Jeekly ever. And I don't want to talk like it's already over. We still got a whole set to play out. This could be our first time in Axel wins an open Jeekly event. McSmitty coming out here, playing out in our brackets. Sometimes, you know, trying to make the best run he could. Always getting more consistent and more consistent as weeks went on. Now here we are in grand finals, but this is a behemoth of the game. RedIAmNot, one of our most winningest players in the online scene period, let alone at the Jeekly, closing out this very first close round.
What can we do? How do we slow down this birthday train that's coming through? Get us to a new song, potentially. I have to imagine Red's playlist is just birthday train like 30 times or something. So, yeah. But here we go. Zoning's coming through. Oh, try to push a little bit too hard, though. The Skyfish was ready to be pulled out. Gonna get that hard knockdown again. Deal with this Goldlewis real quick. I love using that BRC to make it. That overhead immediately gets the combo after if it would have hit. But good defense for us so far. McSmitty. Brad gets stuck in this corner here again, but the JK gonna connect. Airwicking to get the knockdown here. BRC mix. First to the high, into the low. Good defense, though, but you can't block forever.
Can't block forever. At that point, you had to be careful about the chip and stuff as well, man. Red Using that blue RC here to catch you with that mix in the first place. Good job, McSmitty, blocking that one out, man. McSmitty, after blocking out those F-Shikis in the last game, we can block a few BTs, huh? But that's the thing, man. You can't. You can't block these BTs.
Can be tough, dude. Like, it's Goldlewis is the character that, you know, because essentially so much of his special move is like gated behind these behemoths, right? Having multiple versions of it. Like, oh, just simply block the behemoth, right? But like, which one? Are you ready to know which ones you can backdash? Are you ready to know which ones, you know, have like essentially the dead zone to be able to move way through? It's like, he requires you to really understand what he's looking for in his sequences here, but a good anti-air. McSmitty not feeling deterred from the way that first game went. It's off to a very good start so far here in game 2. But all it takes is one good hit. We've seen this before in the first set these two played. McSmitty can get these big advantages. All it takes is one hit to get red started. Will it be enough? Another anti-air to connect.
Looking good here. 100 tension on the side of McSmitty trying to catch you with that winter mantis. And it was a nice attempt there from Red to try to use that tension to change our momentum and get in, but McSmitty almost in preempting it seemed like, was already with that 6k to sit you down and take the round.
It's out, dashing through. The oddest it looks at which if you're holding dash, the 5p can't connect, even for a tall character such as Goldlewis, but not tall enough. RC's to keep it safe. Their drone able to make that connection there last second. McSmitty doing their best. There has to be the deflection to get a bit of space right now. But Red puts the 2k out here. Behemoth actually whiffs, tries to whiff punish though, but not able to find the right connection. Farsight keeps it going, a good chunk of damage calling through. Hold this drone real quick. One more overhead could potentially do it, and there it was. I'm like, yeah, just do it again. It's gonna stick anyway. Red, who cares if you have a lot of life left? All you need is one Behemoth to connect, and the round could be yours.
Oh my gosh. This Goldlewis finding our way under that 5p. You'd think it'd be impossible, but Red figuring it out here. The JH not getting that full pickup that we wanted after in a counter hit JD. That's all she wrote. RedIAmNot. One game away from winning the Jeekly 100. And I mean, I haven't said this yet, but again, this may be, okay, you know, this is for sure the biggest Jeekly prize pool I've ever had. I've ran brackets where it's gotten up there. Shout out to the Tasker Bryant birthday bashes. But this is the first Jeekly open bracket, man. This destroys the record.
Dude, 1,000 bones for 100 Jeeklys. It's almost poetry at that point. We'll have to see if McSmitty can dive deep, think about what they have to do to not only have to reverse sweep this character, then win another set against Red. It's a tall order. Crazier things have happened. We'll have to see if McSmitty can be the one to solve this problem right now. Our back is to the wall. Backdash is there. 4, 8, 2A4, I should say, sorry. Blocks over here one more time again. Drops it early. Switcher wasn't actually going to connect, though. Gets it into the throw. Not enough to kill, though. But hey, here's another one for you. One round away from Red being your champion.
Confident round start up there. RedIAmNot. Fishing for these JDs. Gets that counter hit. McSmitty getting juggled here in the corner. Red whiffing that 5D, but the drone keeps yourself safe. 50 tension built up. Is it same side? Is it cross up? It's the throw. McSmitty was ready for it.
Want the right to be in the burst save is coming out. Then that should be enough to do it. The alien gives you a quick hand, says, hey man, thanks for playing me. You guys don't know, my name is Ganyan. I do a bit of streaming on Twitch as well. A lot of my stuff is mostly done with my offline scene here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We have, you guys see it before at the bottom of the screen, Counter Hit FGC is our wonderful little group here. We have a lot of big events coming. We had Spring's Edge earlier this year. You can kind of see a little bit of the sign in the background here for our concession stand. I took that. They said I could. It was fine. I mean, I helped run it. I hope so. But I digress. It's been a wonderful time to be a part of this wonderful scene for Guilty Gear Strive and moving into other games as well. Cannot wait to see Tokon as well as we go forward then. But, you know, until that time, keep playing Guilty Gear Strive. This game is so sick. And if you don't like playing it, I bet your ass you're going to like watching it. So keep on pulling up. Pull up the Jeekly every Friday here. And then Mondays for Tokon.
There you go, man. Hey, I was gonna do that part, but you already got me, bro. 10 seconds on the clock. Every Friday, 8 p.m. EST. Jeekly, Guilty Gear Strive. We're gonna keep running. We're gonna get the number bigger. August 10th is gonna be the very first Jeekly Marvel Tokon event. Those are gonna be Mondays, 8 p.m. EST. We'd love for you to pull up. We got the Jeek League finals this Sunday. If you're free, make sure you check that out. And also at the Edgewater, Maryland, the KM local at Token MTG. That's our offline. We'd love to have you. I'm Jeek. This was Ganion. You guys have a great night. Peace out.